Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. We are back to check out this Dolton board meeting on this lovely Monday, March 3rd, 2025. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. We'll see if Tiffany Henyard shows up for this meeting. Last couple of weeks have not been the best in terms of her luck and what she's trying to do with her life, but we're here regardless. Actually, let's hear some of the sounds. This is from the Dolton Trustees stream. I think he usually has the best sound because he has like connected to the speakers or so, connected to the mics. I think they may be starting in a few minutes. So let's check it out, see what's going on. Thank you, Sammy. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. You don't think she had the gut to show her face? We'll see. Let's see what anything's happening right now. Let me hear what's going on in the building. We're going. All right, Steve, you got it. You got it, son.
So go to my top. Yeah. Right now.
Oh, she's getting one, regardless if you think she deserves it or not.
Ain't have a piece of everything.
Not for you, Brittany. For you. It sounds extra over here. Oh, hopefully gets that sound working. But there's a few streamers out there. I see Vivian in there recording. So if this doesn't work, we always bounce around and check out some other streams. So what else to say? What else can I say? You know what? Listen, guys. Mo Butters in the building. Rock Island. Straight up. We do what we does. And how we do it when we don't do it. And if you ain't got it together, you better get it together. Because it's coming to a city near you. Mo Butters. I think I just had a stroke. I think I was trying to remember what Kamal said in that video. He said we do what we do. We do what we does? We does what we do. I don't know. I had a stroke. I have a headache. Trying to understand what he was trying to say. Let's see if something happens.
All right. So to be consistent, we still have to give an amount of time for Mayor Henyard to determine whether or not she will be present. What the board would like to do in the interim is we will be going into executive session, so that way we can get some of those action items as we await. So we will be calling the meeting to order. We'll go directly into executive session, and then we'll come back out. There is not a lengthy executive session, so I would anticipate it shouldn't be much longer than 15, 20 minutes. All right. So that being said, I'll ask Deputy Clerk Montgomery if you can please call the roll for a quorum.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Okay, so we have Trustee Tammy Brown,
Present.
Trustee Stan Brown,
Present.
Trustee Norwood,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem House,
Present.
Trustee Holmes is absent, and Trustee Belcher.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Next, I'll ask for a motion to go to executive session. Is there a motion?
Motion. I motion.
Motion, Trustee Norwood, second by Trustee Stan Brown. Any discussion? Hearing none, Deputy Clerk, please call roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown,
Yes.
Trustee Tammy Brown, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Trustee Stan Brown,
Yes.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House,
Aye.
and Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
All right, we'll stand in executive session. We'll be back as quickly as possible.
Alrighty then. So it looks like, this is still very early for Tiffany Henyard. Usually she is at least 30 minutes late. So they're kind of just starting as promptly as most meetings should be. Usually if it starts at 7 o'clock, or 6:30 Central Time, it should start. So they're going to be doing it executive session. So we have time to talk, time to hang out a little bit. So Tiffany Henyard is still mayor. So as mayor, you should be still doing the work until you are no longer mayor, even though you got voted out during the primary. So the election is April 1st. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I think it's April 1st. So she still needs to, supposed to be doing the duties, the day-to-day as the mayor. So she may have given up. She may not show up. She may say, you know what, I mean, at this point, I don't think she has done any public meetings since she's lost. Maybe, I'm not exactly sure. I know she posted a few things on social media, but I don't think she did any. Interviews or anything public since she lost a couple of days ago. Was it 2 weeks ago? I don't know. Time is flying by. So usually they have one meeting a month. This may be it. She may say, you know what, forget it. I lost. I don't want to face any of these people. There's nothing I can do anymore. So she may not show up. So you got the Stan Brown. You still got Andrew Holmes. What are they going to do with Andrew Holmes? At this point, should they attempt, and I'm not sure, maybe I should have looked this up. What's the process now of this guy that's not going to show up for the meetings? Is there a limit of how many meetings can you miss before they say, you know what, I don't know, can you vote the man out? I don't know. I should have researched this because he's been missing a lot of meetings, and we all know why, obviously, at this point. How effective can he be as a trustee if he can't show up to the meetings because he's worried about all the issues that's going on, whether he has been dealing with the Las Vegas police or he's not being charged. The public perception is pretty strongly against him. So how long can he continue to just chill out and not be able, or still collect a check and not come in to do what you're supposed to be doing? Your legislative body, you are the trustee. So I'm not exactly sure what she's going to be doing. She's busy starving the boy. The spellings are hilarious. But every time I would say, oh, she's not going to show up, she does pop up. So I am not going to automatically assume she is not going to show up. It is still very early. It's only 7 minutes. This meeting started at 6:30. It's 6:37. She could still show up and cause a lot of ruckus. I'm not going to say that she's running scared yet. I'm going to count it around 8 o'clock, around 8:15. If she doesn't show up by then she's not going to show up, and she's probably trying to find some other means, or at this point, another job, because it doesn't seem like she's going to be the supervisor. Who knows if she's even going to show up for that? So I'm not going to call it out yet. I'm not going to call it. I still think it's still possible she's going to show up. I'm disappointed. I wanted some tea. I think this is it. We definitely are going down to the end of this saga, at least for Tiffany Haynes is concerned. And at this point, she is, I'll be honest, she's a draw. When she's not there, a lot of people are out. They're like, well, this meeting is boring. They're actually, doing business of the meeting. They're actually getting stuff done. Yeah, I'm not going to stick around. I'm going to go do something else because the drama isn't there. And I'm just, we're all being honest. That's unfortunate. A lot of people are into that. Gary says he's elected official. The courts will have to intervene on his removal. But if he doesn't show up, if he's missing multiple meetings as a trustee, I know for the township, I think it was like 5 in a row. So I'm wondering if the man, he's probably just going to resign. Let's say, for instance, Jason House actually becomes mayor in April. Why would Andrew Holmes stay? At least Stan Brown is playing defense. He's on the fence. And I think Jason House realized that, hey, you know what, let's try to forget the past and kind of move forward. But I don't know if he'll do the same for Andrew Holmes. Andrew Holmes hasn't tried. Andrew Holmes has been on Henry's side for so long. I don't know, would he stick around? So we'll see. Bernard, that's what I thought, because I thought she was going to go down with an epic, devastating, crazy out, like the last speech, F all y'all didn't care about me, blah, 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 I did this, I was waiting for it. I don't know if she has that in her. But again, I don't want to say that she is going to not show up. We still have because she comes about half an hour late. She never comes on time. She may still show up and sit right there sit there, and then start. Or she may be actually at the executive portion. We don't know. No, she is not out feeding the people. She's out feeding the people. I don't think so. I'm looking for the agenda. But at this point, if Henry doesn't show up, this meeting is going to be done in probably 30 minutes, 45 minutes, because after the executive session, things going to kind of run through everything anyway. So what makes the meetings long is when Henyard is going back and forth and arguing with people. And there's no argument, then the meetings are not going to take too long, actually. Damn, I can't find the stupid agenda. Damn it. Sitting there looking and looking, can't find it. No idea. No idea. It's a lot of speculation. I don't know if something in terms of the school board. I have no idea. Maybe her official transition to be a influencer, maybe a rapper. I don't know. I have no idea. Auntie knows kitchen. What's going on? She's at the car wash. Yeah, shout out to Go Political. He was talking about, Kamal Woods and how he is claiming he's making 7 figures. Now, I don't, try not to count a man's money in his pockets, pocket watching. That's Pocket Watching with JT. Check out his channel as well. And the idea that he's making 7 figures, and it seems to be very difficult for me to believe that. I'm looking at that pictures of that car wash. I think it's like 2 bays, so it's 2-car car wash. I don't know how it looks inside. I don't know if it's automatic or if they're hand cleaning. That car wash that small is going to make gross $1 million. I'm not saying profit $1 million. Just to gross $1 million seems to be a bit not realistic. So, but the man may have different ways of making money. Maybe the man is just really selling those clothes that, I feel like those clothes were in maybe 20 years ago. I'm 40, right? So like a lot of that really loud clothing seems to be working with the young kids, but that was back in the 2000s, early 2000s, 90s. So I don't know if that's making 7 figures. But the car wash, for that car wash to be making that much money, you have to be busy all day. Like all day. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that. I will check it out. I'll check it out. See what the agenda is going on. But with no Henyard, that's it. What else is going to be going on here? But thank you for Ryan for that. Appreciate that. Maybe I could put some of this up. We could probably I'll probably put this up as we talk about it. Let me copy and paste this. So you saw I see Keith Freeman there earlier on. I don't know if he's going to be talking. We still got the countdown to see if Miss Henyard shows up to the meeting. We still got some bets. Who still thinks she's gonna meet? It's possible. Felix did not cancel the meeting. They're in executive session. So Henyard's not there though. So she didn't show up. No, I used to own a self-serve car wash. You can easily gross $1 million a year, but with repairs and other craps, you'd be lucky to keep 15% of that. Okay. So self-serve, how many cars do you think I'm trying to figure out how much money is it to do the self-serve. I haven't done it before. There's a few that I've seen in the area, but usually I just go to either my crib. I'm able to use the hose and stuff like that. But I'm wondering how much money, because you obviously have to make a certain amount of money per day to do that. I don't know. And also, we are in a situation where, Henyard and I guess Kamal, you could put both in a situation. They don't tell the truth a whole lot, and they tend to brag a whole lot and not back up anything. So, I know certain places, car washes do very well. It could be a pretty lucrative business. But I know what you're saying with that a lot of overhead and fixing things that I guess the margins are pretty small. I guess like a restaurant, right? Like restaurants, it's hard to make profit of restaurants because you have to spend so much money on everything. me see if I can save this. My phone is working so slow. Karma says, car wash is obviously a front. The youth programs that dress was the car wash fill free water, but then again, they weren't really in the car wash business. Okay, so it's kind of like that Breaking Bad type thing, or the chicken restaurant. I think he was actually selling chicken. But yeah, car wash it's so like obvious. Like of all of the money laundering type businesses, it's always car wash, a restaurant. If you want to be really fancy, a movie, making terrible movies. What other fronts, easy fronts for money laundering? A literally laundromat. It's always a way to do it. Corey says $1 million a year for a car wash. Ain't no way. Yeah, exactly. It's got to ask Walter White. He figured it out. Car wash. Yeah, usually, but there's some legit car washes. I mean, it's not that hard to wash the car. But then you check your business and you're making that much money. I'm like, wait a minute, that car wash isn't that busy. It's like, what's going on? Laundromat storages. Okay. There's a lot of storages in Brooklyn. They've taken over. You could swing a dead, that's a terrible expression, but you could throw a rock in the air and you hit a storage facility. Nail salons? Interesting. I remember one gig worker. I think he still did videos. He said he was I think it's some Vietnamese. He was making a lot of money doing nails. Like he said, he made way more money than doing the DoorDash or Uber Eats and stuff like that. But he didn't want to do it anymore because he said the work was kind of annoying. But yeah, being a nail technician, you can make a lot of money. Well, yes, Kanishi, I definitely would believe that massage parlor is a front for another type of business that is illegal. Yes, I would definitely agree. I don't know if they're making $1 million a year. That is a bit much. Matt Helm, appreciate the membership. Thank you. Welcome to the family. I'm making. Thank you, appreciate it. I'm actually doing a video. Hopefully, I'll have it up soon tomorrow morning, talking about Andrew Cuomo. He's running for the mayor of my city of New York City, and it's just outrageous. That's all I want to say. It's crazy. Palmer says 1 million maybe a detail shop combo automatic car wash, right? But I'm looking at the pictures. Nothing looked really high tech, or it just looks like your average looking car wash in a small place, a small town. So strip clubs definitely. You're probably sneaking all types of chicanery. That's good. We're trying to find these businesses that are probably fronts for illegal activity. Cannabis dispensary, obviously, there's already drugs in there. Obviously, I don't think Good Burgers was a front. I think that was just a bad business. But can't talk. Listen, we all had bad businesses at one point. 2 bays, hand washing details, high-end cars. True. If that was a spot that was dealing with that, makes sense. Tank, the Army Tank says the NBC show Chicago PD had an episode a year back where a guy owned an auto body shop and had the youth work there as drug mules. Yes, auto body shop, definitely. I mean, especially in terms of insurance fraud. Yeah, auto body shops, I mean, there's certain spots that you're able to get some stuff done that you're not supposed to have done in your car. So that could be a front. Interesting. Matt says $3,000 a day, gross that $1 million a year. Got you. That's what we're all trying to strive for. Damn, $3,000 a day. Damn, that's a lot of money. Yeah, nowhere near that. $2 from Robert Green. Appreciate you. Like, subscribe, and enjoy. Thank you very much. I know, no argument, and we're getting there. I think we got 10 minutes left. It's getting to a point where I don't think she's going to show. I don't want to waste your time. If you're waiting for the fireworks, I would say wait 10 more minutes to see if you'll show up. But it doesn't look like she's going to show up. Usually she comes around a half an hour to usually she's a half an hour late. And if she's not there by the time they come back from executive session, she is probably not going to show up. And damn, what a whimper. What a way to go. Like, just not coming in, flame on, just let it all out and say, F y'all, I don't care. Y'all voted me out. That's it. She's going to disappear and then say, wait for my next move when she probably doesn't have a move to talk about. Penn with the $10 donation. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. But yeah, this is the last meeting until, because they're supposed to have 2 meetings a month, the first and the third of every Monday. But for the last, I don't know, as long as I've been covering 2+ years, it's always been once a month, the first Monday, and that's it. So this is most likely the very last meeting as Tiffany Harriet being the mayor of Dolton, and she's not gonna show up. This is it. So we're here to chat. No wrong with that. We're gonna wait till the executive session is gone. Usually these meetings are pretty fast. Wow, my drive is not working. I'm trying to pop up the. Actually, let me see if I can find a way to pop up. Nothing's happening yet. I'll let you guys know if something's happening. I want to check out something real quick. I gotta move this over. Okay, I'll bring it back. Okay. Let me see if I can get the agenda to pop up. But this is it. Executive session. I wonder who's getting fired this time. Is anyone getting fired? Thank you for the donation, Casey Cat. Is anyone getting fired? Uh-oh. I hear somebody. Hold on, let me turn it up so you guys can hear.
Where they at? Still leaking out the line? They still in executive session leaking out the line. I'll be back when they figure out how they gonna keep damage control about that 113. Oh, come on. Come on. Take it on, man. She's telling me to go home. I ain't got time for trailer park parties. Calm down, man. Trailer park party. All right, trailer park party.
Let's see if there's a different angle that we can check out whatever's going on over there. Let me see. I'm gonna go check out another angle. Give me a second, guys.
That was.
After we see if is there any beef happening.
Y'all wrong for that.
If there's no beef happening, I'll answer that question, Javar. I appreciate the donation. Let's see what's going on right now first.
She said she'll be back.
All right, never mind. I thought it was going to be some kind of some fireworks. I know a few of you guys are bored, but it looks like she said she'll be back. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, Jafar had a question, and I'll check out any other super chats or anything. Give me a second. Let's put everything back the way it was. Okay. Let's see if anyone's talking. Okay, nothing's happening. So, in my opinion about Cassandra is her ability as a politician is not very strong. Her tone, the way she speaks, not necessarily to her opponents. I know a lot of people are upset that she's being negative towards the team house. She's supposed to. It's a politician. She's trying to win. You don't say nice things about the person you're running against when you win, especially the accusations that she's throwing out there, saying that trustees are corrupt. So that's just typical. I mean, just turn on CNN and just turn on any news outlet and hear what the people are talking about each other in terms of running. Everyone is the worst of the worst. The problem is her ability to grab the residents. I think it's she needs a professional campaign advisor, someone that understands that you don't want to disparage people that you're supposed to be voting for. But in terms of the context, that's the problem. She may have something to say, but it's all under the I guess the cloak of you guys are stupid and you guys need to listen to me. I don't think that's a very effective means of trying to win. She has a month to get this to get this to work. In terms of her being another Tiffany, you could say it's attitude, but in terms of what Tiffany has done, I mean, Cassandra has she been arrested? Has she been sued? Has she has any kind of history of being a scammer? Because that's what my wheelhouse is, looking for who's a scammer, who's had a long history of being predatorial. If none of that's really true for Cassandra, she's just the independent candidate that's doing a very unorthodox way of trying to win. And if I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet on her. I think Jason House already has a lead. A lot of money is behind him. It's not a lot of money, but a lot of support is behind him. So, her approach isn't very effective in my opinion. But, am I going to spend a lot of time going over what she says? Probably not. It's an election. This is for the residents of Dolton to figure out what they want. They want something a little new, or they want, you want House or do you want Cassandra Hobson joining? It's either of those two at this point. And I think a lot of people already have their minds made up at this point. It's really to the residents. What do you guys want? I think the weakness with Cassandra is I think they don't want someone so aggressive and combative. They've already had that with Tiffany Henyard. So they're going to probably want someone a little bit more subdued and chill. And I think Jason House is probably what they're looking for, in my opinion. But, they got a month. Something may happen in a month. You never know. But I think her personality, and I've heard her speak, she's not stupid. She doesn't say journalisms. So this person has ability to articulate, able to explain. It's just the tone and delivery reminds people of what they're trying to move away from. But, I wouldn't necessarily, if she didn't get arrested, she has been sued. She hasn't been accused of a lot of stuff that Tiffany Henyard has been accused of. Does she hang around with criminals? Does she hire sex offenders? Is the people she's around criminals? So it is a big difference, but I understand her tone, the way she explains things. I understand that people are drawing those comparisons. Yeah, I think it was based on a person being upset about, I forgot. It was a very small thing. It wasn't a big thing. It was about someone being upset at how they've been covered. I forgot. I'm sorry, Lisa. If I had a chance, if you could, I think it's actually on that video. Someone explained it in that thread to the video that I made about that situation or that meeting during that situation. But it's there. It's there about what happened. But actually, what I want to do is after this meeting, since it's going to be pretty fast, because I don't think Henyard is going to show up. There was something that happened in Riverdale. You guys may not know what's going on in Riverdale, but if you saw my video yesterday about the mayor, he's been indicted by the FBI and still wins the election. And one of the reasons I think he won that election is because the opponent, his name was Michael Earhart. One of the trustees he wanted on his slate was Michael Dot Smith. There was a situation that happened a couple of days ago with Michael Earhart. The police had to been called. I guess the chief of police had to been called in. It was a whole thing. So after this meeting, I want you guys to check it out and you let me know what you guys think about it. Michael Earhart believes it's political retaliation, even though he did lose the election. But he was trying to feed some people in Riverdale at a park. Martin G. Johnson actually covered this as well. You can check out his YouTube channel. He talked about this yesterday. But I thought it was really interesting because I didn't understand what was going on. But we're going to watch it. We're going to watch, I think, Ryan's Gay Chicago. He was filming this situation as it unfolds. So after this meeting, it looks like it's going to be a pretty regular meeting. We're going to check out that situation. And I want you guys to let me know what you guys think about it. KC Cat with the $5 donation. Appreciate you. Cassandra only has one person on the slate with her. She's been doing anti-house videos, but always turns off the comments. Yeah, that's just not effective way of running a campaign. You want to be open. You want to be transparent. The approach has to work. The delivery has to work. You could have really good points, But if you're not able to address them in a way that resonates with the people you're trying to win over, it doesn't work. Like I believe in shame. I believe in shaming people, but the person you're shaming has to feel that you care about them. Truly. You know, if someone came out of nowhere and started shaming me, I never knew this person, it wouldn't affect me. It'd just be annoying. I don't know you. So you don't, you know, when someone cares about you and you believe they care about you, they could be aggressive and saying you need to get yourself together, and it can actually turn and change your mind. But if she's calling people stupid or dummies, it's like, it's a better way of articulating that. So I think that's a mistake on her part. She has a month to try to convince people to vote for her as an independent over Jason House that won overwhelmingly over the sitting mayor. You know, I don't really know what else we can really say about that situation. And we're still waiting for the executive session to finish. So far, Tiffany Henyard has not shown up. And at this point, it's a half an hour into the meeting. It is 7 o'clock Central Time. She is not going to be at the meeting. She's not going to show up. I don't think she's going to show up. Doesn't look like that is going to happen at all. Yeah, the call to row may be officially done. It won't be no more call to row. Call to row. So that's it. So her last meeting was I guess a month before. This is it, guys. Now, will I'll do the first meeting as House as the mayor? Probably not. I'm sorry. It's just not gonna. It's not gonna happen. I mean, unless Tiffany bursts in there, I don't. Probably not. Probably not. I mean, I don't see why I would. But I'm sure other content creators will probably do that. But this may be unless there's some chicanery coming. I only come for not saying for the ratchetness, but I come in. There's something has to be happening. You know. Brittany, will you be covering politics at the federal level? Yeah, if there's something interesting that's not overcovered, and my view is more of a true crime commentary type channel. So I'm not really sitting there talking what Trump did today. Oh, what the Democrats got. If you've been on my channel, you realize I don't really do all that. It's a bunch of channels that already do that. Mine's is, did you do something wrong? And did you do something wrong all the time? And it's a pattern of predatory behavior. And the reason why I think the local politics has resonated with a lot of people because most didn't know that this was happening in the local level. That's why we're going to check out this situation that happened in Riverdale after this meeting. It's crazy in the local level. So if there's something popping up, obviously we'll definitely check it out. For me, I'll be talking about New York because I live here. So I live in New York City, and we have a governor coming back after just like totally disgraced. The dude not only felt up people and been a complete creep. Multiple women said this guy is sexually harassed them. Then on top of that, underreported COVID deaths, told people to take sick people and put them in nursing homes with seniors. Seniors died. And this guy thinks, I'm going to become mayor. I'm going to run for mayor. So it's enough on my play on that situation because it blows my mind that Andrew Cuomo thinks he can actually become mayor. But looking at the ratings, Eric Adams is so disliked that it's possible that Cuomo may become mayor. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Are you voting for Cuomo? Well, it's a primary, right? I'm not registered Democrat. I'm an independent, so I don't know if I'll be able to vote for the primary. I'll actually check that out. I don't think so. I think it's possible because New York City is mostly progressive. They don't like any association with Trump, and Eric Adams, to save his ass, he is associated with Trump to a certain extent. So, yeah, it's possible. But I think Eric Adams needs to be very aggressive with Cuomo and just bring up all of his past. But that may still not do anything because Cuomo has the name and the money behind him. So that is going to be crazy. Yeah, exactly. It's like, can we find anyone else that can run for these offices? Can we stop? Why do we need to bring back the guy that felt up women and said weird stuff to women and may have contributed to seniors dying? Can we find anybody else that want to do this job? I don't want to do it. Yeah, so I can't vote, Vern. Yeah, you're right. So I can't vote. So I'm not going to vote in the primary. I'm not in the party. Yeah, can anyone else do this? You know, the Cuomo's back because he has the money, he has the name. I think he already has some labor unions backing him up. It's a mess. So it's gonna be a lot. Yeah, I agree. I don't like either one of them. Either one of them is a problem. They both have committed something. I mean, at least Eric Adams didn't kill a bunch of old people. At least. All right, I guess they're back. This is gonna be a pretty easy meeting. There's no Henyard showing up. So, all right, let's watch this and then we'll check out that confrontation later on.
What are you doing? Oh my God, wasn't that good? Well, that was so good. Yeah, that's so funny. That is so good. Yes, it is. So glad everybody believe.
Okay, thanks everybody for their patience.
I'm saying, you just got too
I'm gonna ask the board if we have a motion to reconvene this meeting.
I make a motion. Second.
Got a motion from trustee Belcher, second from trustee Norwood. Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Sure. Trustee Tammy Brown,
Present.
trustee Stanley Brown, trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House,
Aye.
trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Holmes is absent. Quorum is established.
Okay, we will, so as the time is, what we got?
Time is 7:06.
7:06. Okay, Mayor Henyard still not present, so we will continue with this meeting, beginning with the Pledge of Allegiance. So I'll ask all that we stand and face the flag for Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I'll ask trustee Stan Brown if he can lead us in prayer.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadows of the Almighty. I say of the Lord, he is our refuge and our fortress. My God, in him we will trust. Surely he shall deliver us from the snares of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. I ask for the blessings, Lord, of the past and the present and for the future. I say, brothers and sisters, let's wait on the Lord and be of good courage, and he will strengthen our hearts. Amen.
Amen. Okay, next we have our public comments. So we'll ask anybody that has comments for this body, please come up to the podium. We have 3 minutes, and I will give gentle reminders along the way.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. All right. I just want to say, I talked to, is she still here? Cassandra? She's not here. Okay. I asked her a simple question, which she could not answer. And unfortunately, I got the runaround. I wish she was here. I got a spiel. She couldn't answer my question, but she wanted to overtalk me. And I asked her, can you just answer my question? What is it that you believe these trustees have done wrong? Because you keep saying that they're crooked, they've done something wrong, but you are not telling me anything. She cuts me off again. She can't give me an answer. So I politely say, okay, you want to talk over me? You want to answer my question? You're doing a Henyard on me. What did I say that for? The lady called me a little girl, told me basically to get a life. So anybody that's running, that's a candidate for the mayor, you would think that person would want to address your question, give you an answer. You would think that person would want you to know what their platform is instead of being combative with them. I have high anxiety, and that woman is causing the same anxiety as the outgoing mayor, and I can't deal with nobody like that. So, that's all I have to say, people. I'm sorry. I have to get that out because I still have anxiety. So, thank you all for listening.
Thank you.
I love my trustees. Soon to be mayor.
Good evening, my Dolton neighbors, our acting mayor and trustees. I have a concern, I know it won't be solved tonight, but about my water bill. The current one I got has no previous consumption, no current, and an amount. I went back, this is not the first time, because I had another bill, the same thing, it's identical. Well, I won't say it's identical, because one of the prior bill from 2024 is for the same period, same amount. So now, I want to know where these figures came from. If there's no consumption on there, on the current bill I have, where did you get the numbers from? Also, how is it identical to a year ago? So I brought copies. I want it to go on record that I am questioning the bill that I have now. I'm going to submit copies to the village for them to take a look and explain to me first how these numbers came about. Secondly, to make a correction, because I know there has to be a correction in the bill. I'm not paying anything until I get an explanation. I can't remember offhand, I think the due date is March 17th for payment of my water bill, but nothing's going to get paid until I get an answer and until I get a correction in my water bill. I'm sick of this. Like I said, this is the second time I paid the other one that I got that was the same date. I also ran across another period. I didn't bring that for an identical period a year before that. So I just want that to be known, and I'm going to submit copies or whatever I see, I guess, to the trustees or whatever.
Okay. And Ms. Barber, if I can, because we definitely do not want you to pay anything until you get an explanation. Would you be able to give a copy to the administrator in the back?
Yes, yes.
Good evening. My name is Beth. I am a resident of the village of Dolton. I am standing in strength and in faith that the issue regarding Andrew Holmes will be dealt with in a very fair manner that has not occurred yet. There has been some court issues involving Andrew Holmes, and I am asking tonight, as a survivor who has survived, and I'm standing with Fania Dukes, who is also a survivor. I'm standing in strength, and I'm asking Andrew Holmes to resign his position as trustee of the village of Dolton. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Just want to first congratulate Clean House in this slate, but also, I really want to take the time to point out a few people that were so instrumental. And I know that the slate, they do it every chance they get, but for the first board meeting post-election, I just want to shout out Sherry Britton, Thelma Price, Dan Lee, Beth McBride, Gabe Solo, just everyone that really had a hand in this race. It couldn't have been done without all of you and me. I volunteered a little bit too. But the outcome, the whole feeling that I have right now is just completely different. It's relaxed. It's just different. And it was so refreshing to have this young lady who was on here before me talk about her water bill. That's refreshing. That's what these board meetings used to be like. So to get back to that, even that sense of normalcy is a victory. Stan Brown, I want to talk about Stan because Stan, I love Stan, y'all. You know, I don't care what has transpired. Stan is trying to do the right thing, and you have to support people when they're trying to do the right thing, no matter what. We've all fallen short, you know, but Stan is here. He shows up. Look who's not here. Those are the ones you need to be worried about, the ones that aren't showing up or that are afraid to show up. So Stan, the man, Step and Stan, we are good. And I just want you to know that. And I'm just excited about this slate and moving forward. We're not done yet. We do have one, you know, another election cycle. Thank you for the young lady that spoke about the other candidate. You know, I've also tried to just approach her very diplomatically, just to kind of get her opinion. And I was met with disdain, I guess is the best word, not towards me, but towards the administration that she would ultimately have to work with. So, you know, be very calculated in your decision making. Please get involved and stay involved. Tea with the trustees last time was great. Looks like this meeting, and I don't know if it's because people were expecting that Tiffany wouldn't be here, but, you know, stay involved. She's not the reason why, you know, you guys need to be here. It's so much bigger than that. But please continue to stay involved. Come to the meetings. If you can't make it to the meetings, come with Tea with the trustees and get to know your board. Get to know, you know, what they want to do, what they're doing, and you know, how you can help. So that's all I want to say. Clean house, and thank you, everybody, including me.
All right. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Good. All right. I'm going to put this down where I can really speak. I wrote what I had to say down. I was very inspired this morning doing my meditation to share this with you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Giving glory and honor to God first, and then to our newly elected, I'm saying mayor, the trustees and staff, and everyone at the sound of my voice. Now, it was said, it was said by the beloved Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It was said by the beloved Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. that people will be judged by their character. He also said the true measure of a man is not how he behaves in moments of comfort and convenience, but how he stands at times of controversy and challenges. I applaud Mayor Pro Tem Jason House for being that man of character. Give him a hand, everybody. Now I want to say the slogan of choice for this administration's campaign, Clean House, is very timely. Many women here and some men may know about what cleaning a house really means. Now, all clutter, garbage, and unnecessary items must go. Am I right? Yeah. All right. So moving forward, let us begin our clean house by throwing away all unforgiveness, bitterness, and resentment so that the village hall or wherever we may meet will have the sweet-smelling fragrance of peace, love, respect, and unity. Now, let us not esteem past discrepancies, unlawful actions, and unwise leadership. Let us move forward with hearts of understanding that vengeance belongs to God, and He takes care of our enemies in His way and His time. Let us believe that the atmosphere has shifted and the light is shining brightly over Dolton. Now, let us breathe in hope, transparency, prosperity, and faith that we can do whatever it takes in Jesus' name. All right, now to make Dolton rise again, healing and restoration will come. I pray that cleaning house will mean our new administration will intentionally operate in the spirit of unity. Be covenant keepers by holding fast to the promises and vision you made towards yourselves, each other, and the people you serve. But last but not least, remember that even the smallest accomplishments we make, that God alone receives the glory.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Ethel Wilkins, and I have been a resident of Dolton for 30 years. Working, I couldn't attend these meetings because I did what? I worked 12 hours a day. Since retiring, I'm making my business to try to come in to the community meetings and now to this village meeting. Business at hand, St. Patrick's Restaurant, 15022 South Lincoln. Is that business supposed to be open?
No, the business is not currently open. They've had a few invite-only events, but they are not currently open for business. Additionally, I will add that they will be present at tea with the trustees to have further discussion with the community about their intentions, everything from parking to the street patrol to safety, that information that the community deserves to know.
Because there's many things that need to be addressed. And I'm not going to bring them up here, but for the safety, I live in that neighborhood, and it has changed. Some for the better, some not. But you can tell when garbage day is, because when the cans are overfilled and that wind blows, it's all up and down the streets. But notwithstanding that, there have been many events taking place there. Not talking about the soccer dome, because now they own that. But there needs to be something done, and hopefully the Saturday we'll get some information. But until that's done, I don't think that parking lot should be filled, nor those floors with people partaking in a visit for business, because it is business. And back to the meter reading, I haven't seen a meter reader about 2 years now since the young man retired that was my meter reader for 30 years. They don't come around anymore. And you know when they come around because they leave a card, a yellow card. There isn't any cards. I haven't seen a card in 2 years. But I continue to do the best I can to call in and work with the system. I thank you.
Well, I thank you for the comment, and I will also share the water department. Well, there's numerous concerns that the village is facing, and the water department is high up there on one of them. So the meter readers, we do understand that there's far more estimated readings and actual readings not being done, and that is going to be I don't want to say a challenge. That's going to be a task that we have to tackle, and we will.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
And I hope you all feel like I feel, like a fresh breeze has blown through the village of Dolton. Now, I know it's tempting, because I think I said before, we want to put the current administration in our rearview mirror. But what we have to do is resist the impulse to throw the car in reverse and stomp on the gas. Okay? Let's move forward, put this behind us, let law enforcement take care of that business. That is not our place right now, and we don't have the means to really deal with all these legal issues. So I know we all like to play Perry Mason and so forth, but the process does have to play out whether we like it or not. And as far as the water bill situation, I was also down at Village Hall today also, and I've been there before. And I do have some advice for people that are having this problem with the estimated bills, because this was told to me by one of the employees down there. You can request a scheduled reading for your meter. You can do that. She suggested I do that in the last period, and I did receive a credit, and those estimated bills are off. And so, if you really want to take care of that business, just make sure you got to request that reading, and they will come to your house at a designated time, and then you can get current on at least the last year or two. I can't really say how far back they go, but that is one way of dealing with that. And hopefully sometime at some point during the next, couple of months and so forth, we can get this permit situation straightened out. We have business permit issues, we have building permit issues, and those impact both the businesses and the residents. That's how you grow when you grow businesses. And right now, they're being stifled. We have, because of lack of staff, we have to hire some professionals to come in here and undo all the things that have been mishandled by the current administration. And it's not going to happen overnight, but it has to get done. So hopefully, as we move forward, we can put some of this stuff behind us, because I know it is tempting, because a lot of us have a lot of pent-up anger. But right now, we just have to be strategic with this.
My name is Rabbi Michael Ben Yosef, human rights activist in Chicago. Congratulations to the City Council and the new administration is coming forward to Dolton. The cloud has hovered over the city for over 4 years now. It is now over. To the candidates and all those running, tonight is a perfect night to show leadership, commitment, and willingness to listen. Alexis Wilson was murdered by Officer Perez in 2021 for simply being a young Black woman and a young Black female. Her life mattered and will always matter. No matter what we do, her soul now rests and her memory is left for those who mourn for her. Her mother, Cara, her father, Alonzo, and all of her family love her. Will this family of Alexis Wilson please stand? Tonight, I want to propose before the candidates and the trustees and all who is running for office that it's now time to rename the street of Sibley, 147th Street, after the name of Alexis Wilson. To name it Alexis Wilson Boulevard. Why is this important to do? The life of Alexis Wilson put this city of Dolton on the map. The life of Alexis was the beginning that exposed the disgraceful Mayor Tiffany Henyard. It is the life of Alexis, whose life was taken, and now is now a new beginning for you that you're now enduring. I hear the slogan, clean the house. You cannot clean the house until the name of Alexis is respected and honored this way. With what I'm proposing, this city owes this family to submit the name of Alexis in our own street named after her, so everyone can remember her name, and that everyone will remember the tragedy, that everyone will remember the cloud that you all endured, that was because of Alexis that you're now enjoying today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, I just wanted to come on here real quick. Number one, to say 88%. I don't know if y'all remember that she was saying that she was gonna win by a landslide, but her 82% versus his 88%, not to mention the trustees' landslide, as well as the clerk's landslide on all of her slate. We just wanna, number one, give them another kudos and congratulations for taking our village back. Number two, I'm so glad that she didn't show up today and interrupt this peaceful meeting and the way that things are going. I'm super glad that Cassandra Hobson Jordan, the plant, yes, I call her that, she has left the building because she has been nothing but a distraction. I just want everybody to realize that stop entertaining her, right? We already know that she's not even probably gonna get 12% of the votes that Tiffany Henyard originally got. So we just gotta keep moving forward. We got to make sure that we get back out to the polls because, like she said, Jason House is not the mayor just yet, right? That was just to knock Tiffany Henyard off the ballot. But we still have a very important election coming up when it comes to the village of Dolton and when it comes to Thornton Township. So we have to make sure that we are still going to those polls. I believe early voting starts March 17th, and April 1st is the actual election day for that. So we're not there just yet. We're almost there. But we have to make sure that this next election, that he come in on a bigger landslide than 88%. So we have to make sure that we are staying focused, staying the course, and we just have to thank everybody that have helped with this movement, with this Clean House 2025, because we got this. We are definitely taking our village back, and I just want to make sure that everybody remember that you still have to get out there again and vote April 1st. March 17th is early voting, so we got this Clean House 2025. Thank you, guys. Oh, and justice for Alexis Wilson. She definitely is the reason why a lot of this has started, and people have to understand her story in order to understand why we need her memory inside of the village of Dolton. I don't know exactly how you guys can come up with something for a tribute for her, but she definitely deserves to be to have a memory in the village of Dolton. Thank you.
Okay, that will conclude citizens' comments. I want to thank everybody for their thoughtful comments today. Next, we'll go on to general announcements. Any board members have announcements at this time?
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay, Trustee Tammy Brown.
Good evening, everyone. I have 2 announcements to make this evening. This Saturday, Tea with the Trustees. This Saturday, 9:30, in this same exact room, Tea with the Trustees. Awesome turnout last month. Great time. It's the time for the residents to come out and tell us what you want to see done and to happen, and for us to exchange ideas as to how we're going to move this village forward. So it's an awesome time, 9:30, networking, fellowship. We have an awesome time and an awesome turnout last month. So please, let's do even better this month in the same exact room this coming Saturday, 9:30 a.m. As I said, I expect to see everyone in this room here this Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Also, Saturday was supposed to be the expungement summit. We had to cancel it with our attorneys. One of the attorneys' father passed away, and we had to reschedule the date. I will keep everyone posted as to when the next date of our expungement summit will happen. Hopefully in April. We're working on it, but I definitely will keep everyone posted. So many people have called that are interested in an expungement summit, and I'm looking forward to doing it, but I will keep everyone posted. So please, please, please look on Facebook for the Dolton trustees page and also on my page, but I will keep everyone posted as to when the next date that we will have the expungement summit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Trustee Brown. Any additional comments?
May I be
Announcements?
Hello.
Yeah, Trustee Belcher.
Is it on?
I had to hit mine a couple times. There you go.
Good evening, everyone. 88% is an avalanche, not a landslide. April 26th is a tentative date for Recycle for Dolton. I'll be hosting a Recycle Day for the Village of Dolton. Flyers will go out. The tentative date is April 26th. And then our prayer for Dolton, or since we've been doing it quarterly, will be April 23rd. April 23rd. Our prayer for Dolton, please watch out for that flyer too. What we've been doing is trying to stay in contact with the different churches in the community and go to each church every quarter. Bringing the church back into the community helps keep us engaged, and it also keeps us working with one another, because the village of Dolton really needs prayer.
not just for what we've been going through, but for what is to come. So please keep those 2 dates, April 26th for recycle and April 23rd for prayer for Dolton. That's all I have. And thank you to the residents of Dolton for giving me another 4 years because I'm claiming it now.
Thank you, Trustee Belcher. I certainly will throw a vote your way now. Any additional announcements?
Yes, they recognize me.
Absolutely, Trustee Norwood.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I just like to say that I'm so happy to see everyone tonight. I'm just thankful for the residents, for your presence, for your love, for your hot cocoa a few weeks ago. Cheers. I just want you all to know that teamwork makes the dream work. You don't realize how simple something like a cup of coffee is when you're like really, really cold, right? But it really meant a lot. The weather is breaking, so we know that the season is changing. The Chicago Sky Game is coming up, right? So they're about to start playing again this year. If you are not subscribed to our Dolton Trustees page on YouTube, please do so for announcements. If you're not following my Trustee Brittany Norwood page on Facebook, please do so that you can register in time because typically the tickets go pretty fast, okay? And we all know that a family that goes to basketball games together stays together, okay? So thank you kindly, guys, and you're looking good.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Trustee Norwood. There you go. Go with my brother, Trustee Stan Brown.
I just like to say the residents did speak, and that's good and understandable. I got an energetic board here. Tammy Brown had me in class today for 2.5 hours. So I got to get my brain to work again. I just like to say a date is coming that the pastor, myself, and Abundant Living Christian Center, we're looking at starting a fashion designer class for youth and adults. So that day is coming. We got some fashion designers that will be visiting us, so that'll be coming shortly. So if anyone like to do fashion designing, we're gonna put it together. So thanks again. Look like a lot of energy right here. So it looks like it's gonna be a good time. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Trustee Stan. Couple of comments from me. I do, as always, want to make sure that we acknowledge and thank our host at Dolton Park District for their continued and ongoing partnership, allowing us use of this space as many times as they have. So I know I want to acknowledge Commissioner, I think I saw President Commissioner Sandra Wells. Is Commissioner Wells present? Okay. Okay, well, she'll be coming in. I'm sure she's working as always. And I see the Park District President, Cleo Jones. Want to give him a round of applause. And I want to double down on that round of applause. If I hear it correctly, let me know you received the Joe Biden Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award this weekend. For all the hard work and efforts that you do. So I want to say thanks to those, Commissioner Kyle Rochelle, Commissioner Gail Towers, and Commissioner Willis Harris, if I hadn't seen them. So they're also members on that board. Thank you for your partnership. There was some talk about the upcoming. I want to just encourage everybody. Well, I want to thank everybody, of course, for coming out to vote. We reached approximately 4,500 votes. So the vote turnout is what is critical. It went up from about 2,900 to 4,500 residents being engaged and making sure that we care. We have an upcoming election April 1st, and we want to make sure that we continue to have engagement, everybody's voice be heard, no matter who you vote for. So make sure your voice is heard. That engagement and inclusion will mean a lot, not only for the city of Dolton or the village of Dolton. Also, it goes a long way into making sure that our population or our counts, we can get more resources into the community. A more engaged community brings more dollars, and Lord knows we're gonna need some of those. Again, thanks for all the encouragement. And I wanna highlight throughout the previous campaign or election, myself, of course, with our colleagues on the board, my running mates, really were encouraged by the support that we got. And what we really tried to embody and work to embody at all times is listening to the voice of the residents. The slogan "Clean House" came from a Dolton resident. It was Allison. Okay, I'm going to forget the name, but it's not Clerk Allison. It's a Dolton resident, Allison. As we talked about what's needed, it was brainstorming with former Commissioner Kevin Bowen that we came up with changing the narrative of Dolton. So this board is about making sure that we listen to the residents and we are able to actually take things and put them into action. That's really what we're here to do. The talent we know is already in this village. We just have to continue to band together. You're gonna forgive me because I missed. I'm drawing a blank on your last name. It's a wonderful woman here, right here. Mrs. Wheatley almost took my speech when she went up there. But I have to say that as we're talking about changing the narrative, we've all come together under one common goal and one common good. Many people are saying, let's see how they stick together now. Because in the weight of what we've gone through, there still is a lot of hurt and a lot of anger and a lot of frustration. Over the last 12 years, our village has always remained divided, board versus mayor, board versus mayor. I think what made our most recent times is we made it community versus mayor, and that community extended into other states. And we want to always be mindful of what somebody else is going through. So if there's hard feelings with one another, we have to sit down together and learn how to talk it out. The board and myself, we will always remain here. We're going to continue the things that we've done well. We feel like Tea with the Trustees has been an overwhelming success. We're going to continue it. Trustee Belcher mentioned the night of prayer. That's going to continue to go. We see the activities that Trustee Tammy Brown is doing along with the expungement services, and honest to God, she is everywhere. Trustee Norwood, I'm surprised she's sitting still this long because she doesn't sit down, but she will be doing awesome things with the youth. And Trustee Stan Brown is committed to mowing every grass in the village of Dolton for free. Is that what I heard you say? Okay, I didn't hear that. He is committed to being a dedicated member with our Public Works Committee and other committees, as he's always been an active member of this community. So I'm saying that there's going to be some rough days ahead. So we're turning the curve, and we want to do it together and continue that same community spirit. I guess that's my message. So having said that, we're going to conclude now, and I'm going to move into the village clerk's report and turn over to Deputy Clerk Montgomery.
Good evening again, everyone. I want to ask the board to approve the minutes for February 3rd, 2025 regular board meeting.
Okay, is there a motion?
I make a motion.
Okay, I heard a motion from Trustee Belcher. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, Trustee Norwood. Any discussion? Hearing none. Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Stanley Brown,
Aye.
and Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Thank you, board. Motion passed.
Thank you very much. Next, we have the engineer's report. I do not see the engineer present with us this evening. I will pause it for a brief moment. Now, we did not have any pre-planned reports right now, but I will open to any department heads if they would like to give a report. I know we're kind of putting you on the spot. I will take the responsibility as we're working through kind of a change. No reports were required from the department heads, but if anybody has it on their heart or spirit to come and give a report, I'm sure you'll be welcome with open and loving arms.
Come as you are.
That's all right. The floor is now closed, and everybody save those hugs for the Board of Trustees and the Deputy Clerk. Next, we will go into corporate bills. So I will read into record. I have here first the electronic warrant list for January 31st, 2025, with corporate payments of $136,581.10. Water fund register payments, $406,296.28. Total payments on this register, $542,877.38. Is there a motion to approve the electronic list as read?
I make a motion to approve the electronic warrant list. Second.
Okay, that was a close call. Okay, I'm gonna say.
Pick any Brown.
All right, well, motion, Trustee Kiana Belcher, second, Trustee Tammy Brown. Any discussion on this? Okay, hearing none, Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Stanley Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, next we'll go to our corporate AP list, which is dated March 3rd, 2025, with corporate payments, $918,029.33. Gross payroll February 7th, $434,043.37. Gross payroll February 21st, $416,263.49. Melanie Fitness Center payments, $1,244.32. Total payments on this register, $1,769,580.51. Is there a motion to approve these bills?
Motion to accept is read.
Here are motions, Trustee Stan Brown. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, we have motion second by Trustee Norwood. Any discussion? No discussion. Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Stanley Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, next we'll go into new business. Item A, a motion to approve Resolution 25-001, proposing Class 8 classification of certain property within the village, 44 East Sibley, Dolton, PIN number is red. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Here, a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Here, a motion, Trustee Belcher, second, Trustee Norwood. Any discussion?
Yeah, I have discussion.
Okay, Trustee Norwood.
I just want to state that in regards to the Class 8s, because I know that in the past, we've heard residents inquire regarding them. And I just want to make it known that our goal, we're discussing moving forward, and we're making plans to make our town whole. And with doing so, the business sector is a very important part. So I think that our goal is to make sure that we can keep these businesses occupied, and the ones that are vacant, we can bring new businesses and we can bring new revenues back to our town. And providing other businesses with a Class 8 just makes it easier for them to stay, which will mean that we will have one less eyesore while we continue to rebuild what we have. And not only that, I would also like to make it known that my only suggestion to the businesses, and I hope that I can propose this or just suggest, is that we just make sure that as the board, as we're trying to make it easier for them, if they can just, in regards to the community, I know that it's a new business and they'll be hiring. If they can just keep it open to Dolton residents, that would be great for the community also, so that we can continue to build together. And we know that times are hard, so a lot of people are looking for jobs, and if they can find them in their own backyard, that'll be a plus also. That's it for me, Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Trustee Norwood. I will make a comment. As businesses come into this community, it'll be as much of a mandate as legally possible. So that Mike doesn't look at me funny. That Dolton residents are hired, and we are working on community benefit agreements for new businesses as well. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Sure. Tammy Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Stanley Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House,
Aye.
and Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, next item on the agenda is discussion and approval of the CDBG Capital Improvement Application Resolution 25-002. Is there a motion?
I motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
I'm starting to get nervous. Hearing a motion and second, any discussion?
I have a discussion, just the paperwork that came said 24, so I don't know if it was a typo or not for the application. Year 24, is Keith here? Because I looked at it afterwards. So I just wanted to make sure it was
Which is
for
right.
the new year.
Okay. I think they were going to get him. Mike, is there a motion that we can make that whole encompass?
You can make the motion to approve it and then correct the date if there's a typo.
All right. So the motion would be that we approve the ordinance and correct the date if typo is identified.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. Any additional discussion? Okay, Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Stanley Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, next item is item C, a motion to approve collective bargaining agreement between the Village of Dolton and Dolton Professional Firefighters Association Local 3766, beginning May 1st, 2020 through April 30th, 2027. Is there a motion?
I make a motion.
Second.
Here, a motion, Trustee Belcher, second, Trustee Stan Brown. Any discussion?
No.
No discussion. Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Stanley Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, next up, we have item D, motion to approve global settlement agreement with Dolton Professional Firefighters Association Local 3766 to resolve pending grievances and matters before Labor Relations Board as outlined in the agreement. Is there a motion?
I make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
I heard motion, Trustee Belcher, second, Trustee Norwood. Any discussion? Hearing none, Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Stanley Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, next we have is item E, motion to approve collective bargaining agreement between the Village of Dolton and the Illinois FOP Labor Council representing the record technicians. Is there a motion?
I make a motion.
Second.
Here, a motion, Trustee Belcher, second, Trustee Stan Brown. Any discussion?
Yes.
Trustee Belcher?
This is just for clarity. We discussed it at the last board meeting. So this is to approve the records clerk for the police department's contract.
Okay.
That's it.
Any further discussion? All right, Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Stanley Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next we have item F, direction to pay judgment entered in Nexstar Media versus the Village of Dolton, case 24CH5094, in the amount of $52,124.26. Is there a motion?
Actually, Mayor Pro Tem, there's no need to have a motion on this. I asked for this to be put on the agenda just as a matter of information for the general public. This is just to put on the agenda to advise the public that a judgment was entered against the Village of Dolton in the case that you just listed out. This is a FOIA case, and the reason I wanted it on the agenda and make everyone aware that although there's going to be a change in administration, unfortunately, the next board and the residents of the village are going to be faced with cleaning up a number of matters that you're inheriting from the current administration. This is a result of a FOIA dating back to late of 2023, wherein Nexstar Media issued a FOIA request looking for Mayor HENYARD's credit card statements, the leases for her security detail, and payroll records for Mayor HENYARD for the year of 2023. Obviously, these are all records and information that are generally available at the Village Hall, easily obtainable, but for reasons that I don't think need to be stated, the records were not turned over, despite a number of requests by Nexstar Media. In fact, there was a change of who the FOIA officer was at the time at the Village of Dolton in an effort to block the information from going out. And unfortunately, they had to file a lawsuit, and they won their lawsuit. With these FOIA requests, if they're not answered in a timely manner, and if it's shown to be not answered in a deliberate or bad faith manner, they're entitled to their attorney's fees. So the village has to pay out of this dollar amount a $2,500 penalty, which is minimal, although there should be no payment if the records are just turned over. But the village is stuck with a bill of attorney's fees for Nexstar Media in the amount of $49,624.26. So that's what brings it up to the $52,000. So because these records were not turned over, which again, it's a matter of simple record keeping in the village. The records were available. There's no reason not to have turned these documents over. The taxpayers are going to end up having to pony up $52,000. So I just wanted everyone to be made aware of that and why that's on there, rather than just people being foreign or become aware of the judgment against the village. I think they're deserving of some background information. Unfortunately, I think you inherited a number of other litigation cases, a number of FOIA cases, and we're working to get those resolved, but it's going to cost the village money.
Okay. Thanks for that update, Attorney McGrath. So I think we'll go next into the motion to override Mayor Henyard's de facto veto of Pablo Cafe's liquor license. Is there a motion to override this de facto veto?
I make a motion.
Okay, is there a second? Second. Your motion, Trustee Belcher, second, Trustee Stanley Brown. I'll ask, you want to elaborate on this one too? I'll ask Attorney McGrath to elaborate something.
If I can, I apologize for my voice. I think I'm losing it from singing last Tuesday night. But in any event, we had to go to court many months ago to obtain a preliminary injunction to allow the mayor pro tem to sign checks to make payments where or when Mayor Henyard and her administration refused to make payments for items that were approved. We've now learned that there's a number of locations, businesses that are not getting their business licenses or liquor licenses either renewed or signed off on, even though they're qualified and able to have liquor licenses. One example is Pablo's Cafe, which Mayor Henyard's administration moved to terminate their liquor license a couple of years ago. Pablo's Cafe appealed that to the Illinois Liquor Control Commission, which ruled last August that they were entitled to have their local liquor license. Despite the state ruling last August that Pablo's was entitled to have a liquor license, Mayor Henyard and her administration refused to grant or sign off on any liquor licenses. So we went back to court in the last couple of weeks, and Judge Cohen allowed us to extend or make the preliminary injunction broader to allow the mayor pro tem to sign off on liquor licenses where they're entitled to have such a liquor license. So Pablo's liquor license was prepared, sat on the mayor's desk for a couple of weeks. She refused to sign the liquor license. So, pardon me, Judge Cohen views actions like that as being a de facto veto of the liquor license. So we have to follow certain steps and let the public know and put it on an agenda that the board is acting to override the de facto veto by Mayor Henyard and not signing Pablo's Cafe. So with this motion, if it is approved, the mayor pro tem can sign Pablo's liquor license after this meeting, rather.
Okay. All right, and Attorney McGrath, let me, just for clarity, if the board were to not move forward, then that would put us at another losing lawsuit. Am I correct on that?
Pablo's Cafe has a current lawsuit against the village based upon the actions of Mayor Henyard. This does not remedy or take care of that case completely. That case is continuing. Hopefully we can resolve that in short order. But this will allow Pablo's Cafe to have their local liquor license and then open up once they comply with all of their code sections.
Okay, thank you very much. Any further discussion? Did we motion in second?
There was a motion in second.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Trustee Belcher?
No, I was saying, yes, we motion the second.
Okay, so with that being said, I'll ask Deputy Clerk, please call the roll on this item.
Sure. Trustee Tammy Brown?
Aye.
Trustee Stanley Brown?
Aye.
Trustee Norwood?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House?
Aye.
Trustee Belcher?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, and then we have item H, which is the approval of settlement in Karen Johnson versus Village of Dolton. Um, Case described in the agenda in the amount of $35,000. Is there a motion?
I make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, hearing a motion by trustee Belcher, second by trustee Norwood. Any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown?
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown?
Aye.
Trustee Norwood?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House?
Aye.
Trustee Belcher?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay. And at this point, we have already completed executive session. I believe we have reached the conclusion of our agenda.
Won't he do it?
I will ask for, entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Hearing a motion, trustee Belcher, second trustee Stan Brown. Please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown?
Aye.
Trustee Stanley Brown?
Aye.
Trustee Norwood?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House?
Aye.
Trustee Belcher?
Aye.
All right.
Motion passed. Meeting adjourned at 8 p.m.
What happened to Trina? I thought she was gonna come back. Oh well. Well, Stan Brown is all in, as you see. He's doing the eyes. He's jumping in. He's telling people, "Hey, I'm on Team House." He has to continue to be trustee. And Andrew Holmes, I don't know what's going to happen with that. I know it's at 5 meetings in a row. We'll see what's going on with that. I guess the only, interesting news of note is the fact that Henyard looks like she just gave up. This is the last meeting. I guess there will be no final act, no long mayor's report talking about all the great things she's done. I guess her ego's too bruised and she doesn't want to come back. So before we get into the back and forth that I saw in Riverdale, the two things that were the most interesting was the amount of lawsuits that looks like the Village of Dolton is going to have to pay out because of the Henyard administration and things that they were doing. So the next Star Media, which I didn't know, but I remember they did land a lawsuit. I remember a couple while. I think Ben Johnson works for WGN, and they said they were suing the Village of Dolton. So it's a FOIA lawsuit. If your village refused to release public records, they could sue under Illinois' FOIA laws to compel disclosure. Obviously, talking about transparency, they were looking for information, and the Village of Dolton wasn't trying to give that information. And I'm talking about Tiffany Henyard. So it was, I think, obviously, the court ruled that you have to comply with FOIA, and if you're not, it's a news agency because this, I think, Nextel Media is a conglomerate that owns local stations like WGN, and obviously WGN covers Dolton. So Henyard is just, her behavior is going to make a lot of Ben Bradley. Ben Johnson. I was a basketball player. Anyway, Ben Bradley. Sorry, I should definitely put some respect on the man's name. He's been there. He constructed probably the best Tiffany Henyard meme of all the memes that's out there. Her saying "call it a row" and her laughing and goofing off. The best meme was crafted by Ben Bradley asking her, "Did you go to Vegas?" That was the best one. So props to him. Obviously, I think he's probably an Emmy-winning, obviously broadcaster, journalist. So appreciate that. Thank you for that correction. So yeah, they were looking for. I think they were probably looking for financial information. It's public. It's supposed to be given. She stopped, so they sued, and the lawyers got to get paid. I'm telling you guys, we should be lawyers. We should just study. Let's pass our bar because that's where the big money is. That's lawyers' fees basically to try to get this going. And then the other case, I don't know if they okay that one or they're going to pay that one, but that's Karen Johnson versus Village of Dolton. This was a wrongful termination and retaliation by Dolton's government under Tiffany Henyard. So Karen Johnson was the former deputy village clerk, filed a federal lawsuit in 2023 accusing the village and Henyard of violating her constitutional rights after she raised concerns about questionable financial practices. So it's going to be a lot of nonsense going on in terms of a lot of those lawsuits. They're going to have to pay them out. Now, I see some people saying that HENYARD posted something on her Facebook. Let's see what she put up. Did she going live? That's the only thing we care about. Okay, I'm not putting this up, but she posted a Basquiat picture and says, "I see the beauty in the work of art." So this is nothing to do with the fact that she's supposed to be at a meeting and finishing up her term. So I guess she's not even here. Like, she's not even thinking about work. I think she gave up. She's like, you know what? I'm not even gonna show up. I'm showing pictures of gibberish. Good. It's pretty sad. So a lot of this is going to be based on the amount of money that the residents are basically on the hook for. Unfortunately, I mean, what else is there? If the judge is going to be giving out all types of judgments, this sucks. So I think someone wanted to look at this. So this is Tiffany Haynes. She posted an hour ago. "I can see the beauty in the work of art, priceless. Tell me what you see." Okay. So this is what she's posting. What a Tiffany tribute. What does this have to do with the fact you didn't show up for the meeting? What does this have to do with the fact you lost the election? What does this have to do with, do you think you can win as a write-in candidate for supervisor? What's happening here? So this is what she's doing. So where Tiffany goons, there's no goons at this point. I mean, it's her guy. We'll be talking about dots in a second, but in terms of people showing up, the election's lost. They lost the election. They need to go find other things to do. They need to figure out what's the next move. I don't see them coming around and do more than what's already done. The game is up. Game is over. But I want to talk about the situation that happened in Riverdale. But first, I'm going to have to explain some of the stuff about Riverdale first, so you guys understand what I'm talking about. If you saw my video yesterday, then you're going to have an idea of who the players are as I talk about this. So give me a second. Let me get this going. I'm talking. All right, shut up. All right, cool. So I want to talk about this situation in Riverdale. During the election, when Tiffany lost by 88%, and I guess a landslide, or as Trustee Belcher says, it was an avalanche. Other people had elections too throughout the Southland. So I want to talk about this one right here. This was for the mayor, since president, but the mayor of Riverdale, Lawrence Jackson. Lawrence Jackson is an FBI indicted. He's been indicted by the feds for perjury. Then you have Michael Earhart. He is actually on this video talking a little bit. I'm not going to play the video. You guys can watch it, but I just want to get you the pictures and show you what I'm talking about. So this is Michael Earhart. He lost the election to Lawrence Jackson, the guy who actually is indicted by the feds. And on Earhart's team, he has someone that you are familiar with, Michael Dots. He tried to run for trustee, and also got obliterated. He was second to last in voting. So I just want to kind of pile on the players so you guys know what I'm talking about. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys from Ryan's Gay Chicago. He was in Riverdale, and there's a conversation between Michael Earhart, the one who lost, so this individual right here, that runs a Taste for the Homeless. So he actually provides free food to people. That's his thing. He's been doing that for a very long time. People call him and say, "Hey, we need food over here," and he goes and he provides free food to the people. For some reason, there was this big confrontation, and I want you guys to talk. I want you guys to check it out, and you guys let me know like what exactly is going on here. But yeah, the only thing is, you guys will see Michael Dots. It seems like Michael Earhart and Dots are, I'm gonna say Dots, but it's Michael Smith, are associates, friends. All right. You're gonna see him in the video. So let me show you guys right now, and I want you guys to let me know what you guys think happened. Again, Martin G. Johnson also talked about this as well. He actually has some even more information about exactly what went down. But I want you guys to watch this video because it's a bit long, and I want to give a shout out to Ryan's Gay Chicago. I would definitely encourage you guys to check out his channel if you care about the Southland, and if you care about this area, what I'm talking about. Obviously not just Dolton, but Harvey, Riverdale. He is covering it in a much detailed way than I can. He's on the ground. He has interviews on the channel. If I get a chance, maybe I should. I'll put the link in, and we'll definitely so you guys can check out his channel. Maybe let me put it in real quick in the chat because I already got it set up. I don't want to mess up my thing here, but give me a second. So I already gave you guys the context. Michael Earhart is going to feed people. For some reason, the police chief from Riverdale shows up and causes a lot of issues. So that's what I want to show you guys. So give me a second. I just want to share Ryan's channel in the chat so you guys can sub. He definitely is in the know of what's going on in this situation. So let me just put it in real quick. And then so you guys can sub to him. I think he has some really good information. So let's watch this and you guys tell me what you guys think. I may pause in between, but like I said, I kind of broke it down a little for you guys. What the? All right, cool. All right.
Oh, he's coming in the yard. Yes, sir. Oh, man, let's get it ready, baby. Let's get it going.
All right, well, I'm recording.
Oh, damn.
Exactly. This guy actually does feed the people. Like, for real. Not like Tiffany Harry makes a rap song. Like, Michael Earhart actually feeds the people. He's not starving anybody, but he's feeding the people. So thank you for that, Matt.
Okay, so I'm at Michael Earhart's event for, he had a free, like a food handout event in a park in Riverdale off of 138th, right by the train. And it looks like the police chief is coming. They threatened to arrest him, and they told him he couldn't be here. He'd need a permit, but Michael said he has a permit from the park district, so I'm not quite sure why Riverdale police are here.
So basically what has been said is they don't have jurisdiction. They're not supposed to be there, basically. It's not their territory. That he has a permit to be there from the park district, so why is the chief of police showing up? So that's the back and forth that's going on.
That's something you've been doing all the time. There's something wrong.
So it doesn't seem like anything crazy is going on. They're just giving out food.
This would be going to the unlicensed business.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to hear that.
Huh? We can have a conversation. So once again, y'all don't do something. Once again, don't talk that out there. You're not gonna listen. You're not listening to me. You only got
corruption at its best. Corruption at its best. Corruption at its best. The chief of police here in Riverdale doing what Jackson tell him to do.
Okay, so I guess you guys can hear it. That is Michael Smith. Just let you know. Oh, Ryan, you're in here. What's up? Appreciate you. Please check out his channel if you really want to know what's going on in the area. So you're gonna hear Michael Dotz. He's on there as well. And again, they're just looking to. It looks like they're just causing some kind of issue. This should be a conversation. I don't think this should be such a contentious situation. It seemed really odd when I saw the video yesterday. But let's continue.
This is corruption at its best. Corruption at its best. We need the state's attorney to get involved and file charges. We need the state's attorney to come file charges.
How you license to give out food? Don't talk about it. License to give out food? License to give out food? The state's attorney to get involved. License to give out food? You're going to get yourself in trouble, man. You can't get me in trouble. Let me feed Riverdale, man. And let me go. gonna get cited. I just want to feed them and let them go. I just want to feed them and let them go. I just want to feed them and let them go. I ain't trying to start nothing. I'm not stopping. I just want to feed them and let them want to go. County Sheriff. You know this. Come on, man. I ain't that mess. Break the law. We ain't breaking the law. You is. Because you in this park and you don't have jurisdiction. I got it. You know I got it. I really see when you call me, I wouldn't have got it. You don't have jurisdiction in this park. He get you in trouble, man. He getting you in trouble.
Several DUIs, man. Several DUIs.
Crazy.
Several DUIs.
I wouldn't cover myself.
I want to know if
I
he's
cover
qualified
myself.
to be
I cover myself.
Several DUIs. Several DUIs. Several DUIs. And we're going to put it in the community. We're going to put it in the community.
There's no sense in talking. Don't waste your time. I ain't trying to argue with you. Yes, you are. I never did, but you trying to get me in front of people and make me look bad. I called you and asked you to do the proper thing. Why would I have to do that, though? Then you don't have. You believe you don't have to? You don't have to. I don't need it. Mr. Earhart, we're done. I don't need that permit. Mr. Earhart, we're done. Y'all don't do this. You don't believe it? We're done. You don't have. This is separate. This is separate. I had to hurry up and call to get to know what I'm talking about. Y'all don't have. You telling me I should issue citations? You can't. You don't have.
Actually, that's a good point, Succeeding into. Appreciate it. That okay. He's not a business because he's giving away the food. I don't know. So he's giving away, he's doing something charitable. Why this is even an argument in the first place? Like, why is this even such a emotional, like aggressive situation? I'm trying to understand this. So when Michael feels like, and I'm talking about Earhart, not Dots, that he thinks it's some kind of retaliation. He ran against Jackson, lost the election. So what's the point? What's the point here? Yeah, so the chief has 7 DUIs. I'm not sure about that. But in my opinion, I'm not in that area. If it's possible that Michael Earhart may have lost because of his association with Dots, it's possible. I mean, I definitely talked about it in the video, but this just seems a bit silly. The optics is really bad. What's the issue? It must be personal, right? That's my opinion, just by checking the video out.
Had nothing to do with this part. It's right here. And you gonna get yourself in trouble. Come on, man. I'll finish up.
The Illinois
That's not reasonable. You shutting me down because he told you to. I'm just feeding the people that they called me and asked me for food. Riverdale asked me for food. That's all I did was come out here to get them food. That's it. You don't have jurisdiction. You don't have to speak. You don't have to speak your English. You don't. I asked you why you didn't just get the permit like you screamed at me, man, when you pulled up. We're done, Mr. All I'm telling you is that's wrong. I didn't come to start nothing. I just want to feed the people. That's it, and I'm leaving. But you don't run this park. You don't have no jurisdiction.
Sorry for interrupting. Said Cassandra Dorn went live talking. All right, we'll check it out. Well, let's finish this up first.
Of the park at all. You can't do that in here. You can't. You can't. Well, we both gonna go to court. Right quick. Don't mess up with that. I'm trying to tell you. Now, I don't want no problems. I never caused Riverdale problems, ever. I never caused no problems. Because I can't believe you doing this to me, man. You did. The way you just pulled up with that car, it's on video. I ain't recording you. People lined up over there where you lied and said you was going to be. I made a mistake. Did you tell them the wrong address? Okay, well, now they have the right address. I gave, and they came here and got the food. They got the food and they leaving. They got the food and they leaving. I ain't trying to attack you. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not doing that.
Wow, 4 police cars now. I don't see what the threat is.
I'm not doing that. Come on, man. Just like your phone.
It's going out. Your whole file. Corrupt police officer. Corrupt police chief.
Oh, my God.
Leave people alone. You want your business. Leave people alone.
Last time you ran for election, you walked in my face and told me you was fired.
I'm going to bring so much heat out here.
There's no heat.
So you can see right that comment he just said, right? You said that once you become mayor, you're going to fire me. So is this actually him doing his job or it's personal? First of all right, he said that. Even if he said it, who knows if he actually said it or not. He lost. So what were you just rubbing into his face that he's trying to give out free food and giving him a hard time, that's personal. I don't know why he said that. That's very unprofessional of him. He shouldn't have that shouldn't have opened that. He shouldn't have said that. That should have kept in his head. Well, you say he's going to fire me. Well, he can't fire you. So what's the problem? It's personal. I feel like so much of what's happening in this area is personal. I know it's not a lot. The population is not very big. Everyone knows each other, and it's always some kind of personal. Well, you said something to me a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks ago, a couple of years ago, and I'm gonna hold a grudge, and I'm going to use it to take advantage or do something. That's what a lot of the issues that I've seen. Either it's been spoken about or not been spoken about publicly. That is always some kind of personal beef that keeps this situation in a toxic environment.
They're gonna take you out of here. They're gonna take you out of here. Enjoy your life. You enjoy yours.
Here's another police officer.
We have the police chief under the direction of Larry
Another police
Jackson,
officer.
indicted mayor, coming over here to the park district that they have no authority or jurisdiction on. Oh my God! I been my unreal. Very unreal. It's unfortunate. I'm disturbing. It is unfortunate that you were coming inside the park that you don't have no jurisdiction. I'm going to follow the most basic rules of law. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. It's not you just shot up through this thing like you was going to arrest me. For what? You're in fear. You know how many times I done fed people on this street? I didn't ask you that. You know how many times I don't care. I ain't got nothing to do with all this arguing that we're trying to come at people. I don't want to do that. What are you talking about? What do you mean by coming? They reached out. Stop with the third world language. What's the big? Don't play dumb now.
There's another officer coming.
Don't play dumb.
How many officers do you need for this situation? Like how many do you need? Where I mean, it makes it seem like this is some kind of like party or club at night where there's probably a few hundred people, and they're causing a lot of ruckus. Like you need this many officers to deal with this situation.
Those words. Don't use those words. Now you acting like you didn't just do that. What? You're not licensed. What? We're clear. This ain't got to have a license right here. You don't own the park. You don't have jurisdiction of the park. You don't have jurisdiction of the park. When you call me, that's when the mistake you did. Because I went look, when you went and did that, I know for a fact you don't have jurisdiction of the park. You don't have jurisdiction of this park. You don't have jurisdiction of the park at all. You don't.
No, you ain't finna figure it out.
I like you. I swear I do. I just feed people. I never, ever did nothing. I don't disrespect you, come behind you, or never say nothing about nothing. Why you pick on the ones to do that? I just want to feed the people. I don't have nothing to do with none of this. I ran for office, I lost. I got scared out of that. But I let it go. I let it go. Only thing I wanted to do is be, do you care about these people? They called me. They knocked on my door for food. That's all I came for. I ain't came at you. I have never said.
This cop is not professional at all. He cannot de-escalate the situation. He is being very, very unprofessional. Let's bring down emotion. Obviously, you see Michael's upset. Chill out. Don't badger him. Don't patronize him. Don't make it seem like what he's saying is not important. He's literally there doing what HENYARD raps about. Just seems to be pretty pathetic on his part.
Ain't nothing disrespectful to you. Then all of a sudden you come flying through here for what? It's okay. Write the citation. Absolutely. That's it. I'm not gonna attack your character. I never did that. But you shouldn't. This is not a mistake for me, young man. I never seen you like this in my life. I don't even know where it's coming from. I don't even know where it's coming from. But it's crazy. I'm shocked. Because you ain't never been this way. I ain't did nothing but feed. When they came, I fed them, and we cleaned up, and we let them go on their way. I didn't do this to attack nobody. They knocked on my door 3 days ago.
They knocked on my door and asked for food. They know I give out food. That's all I did. I just called a blessing yesterday and got the food. I'm a servant and I'm gone. I didn't say nothing out the way. Then you come flying through here like I killed somebody. And it's on that. They recorded. I didn't record it. I didn't record it.
I reward you
I
for
didn't record
what you've done.
because I don't
Because
come
that's
against
what
y'all.
we use
I
in court.
never disrespect you. The way you just did that, man.
Whatever.
You did. It's on there. You did.
Yes, I did.
That's a perfect. He's instigating. Yes, infamous truth. He is instigating this. He is not helping to die down the vibe. It's very contentious. He is being, because again, we said earlier, you said, well, if you became mayor, you was gonna fire me. So what? He didn't become mayor. You gotta swallow that. You gotta take that and realize that you still have to be a professional police officer, right? They also call them peace officers, where they keep the peace, maintain some order. This is not a big deal. Clearly, there's personal animosity between him, obviously, with Lawrence Jackson. I would love to hear what he has to say about this situation. I mean, what is the point of all this? This is all a big waste of time. And it just looks like waiting for someone to do something wrong so they can get arrested.
You got excited like I didn't kill somebody.
You're incorrect.
It's on the thing.
What are you talking about?
Oh, now you acting crazy?
I drove into
Now
the
you
park
acting
because I
crazy?
found where
Well,
you
you
would
flew up in here like somebody
I have
shot
every
somebody.
right to do.
For what?
Because I can.
No,
And I did.
Well, you giving it away. We don't know what's going on.
Yes, because I came to make sure you were aware. You were warned to do something, to do the lawful thing. You didn't do it. You're gonna be cited. We're done.
Okay, because you don't own the park. You don't have no jurisdiction on this park.
Is the other one?
Okay,
Don't worry about it. You good.
okay.
And
I'm simply saying okay. You're absolutely
the right
incorrect,
way.
so I'm not gonna.
I made sure they did because I went down there and said, don't park wrong. Don't park. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Well, we'll take it to court.
We absolutely
We're going to take
will.
it to court.
We have no choice. We have no choice.
But what you saying is wrong. When did you ever get you addition on this park?
I'm not going to expect what you
Are you gonna put it in my trunk?
When did you ever get
It's not even a relevant question.
That's fine.
You don't have it.
It's not a real
Even
question.
the mayor don't have it.
It's not a real question.
So I came to serve the people and I'm ready to go. So right to do this right. But what you did was set yourself up.
Absolutely not.
You did.
Could you specify what part of the Riverdale ordinance that he's violated for the public record?
It'll be on the citation.
Because you going to make it.
They all online. You can go look online. There's no ordinance that violates that.
You should, if you're threatening to arrest him, you should be able to answer that on record.
Man. Make up the truth. He's being cited.
Okay. So what part of the law is he
I have no
cited?
idea who you are. I have no reason to.
Hold on, he can't. This should be to answer that question. He can't answer it. It looks like he's not. It looks like he doesn't know. I mean, he should be able to say something. I mean, say anything. The fact that he's just, well, I'm not going to talk to you. All right, tell Michael what the citation is. That's crazy.
I'm with Chicago Southland
We
Politics.
pay his salary as resident.
Okay.
And you're a public official, so if you're going to threaten him, you should have a charge.
It's not a threat. You're lying. Stop lying. I said he's being cited.
Okay, for what? What's the citation
Is your
for?
name Michael Earhart? Is your name Michael Earhart? Because I'm addressing Michael Earhart.
It doesn't matter. You're a
Michael
public
Earhart has the
official.
right to privacy. You can ask Michael Earhart what he's cited for, because that's privacy.
You should be accountable.
You should know whatever the hell you really think you're talking about, because you're incorrect.
This is one of the most unprofessional police officers I've seen in a minute. Like, what's the attitude? What is in the water in Illinois, people? Can y'all tell me what's in the water? Why everyone is so angry? It's like, what's in the water? Like, that's one of the most unprofessional, like, dude with a super crazy attitude. For obviously he's mad with Michael Earhart on a personal level. But it's like, I don't give a damn. With like, whoa, like, what's happening here? Like, this is crazy.
Mr. Earhart, did he cite an ordinance that you're violating? I haven't heard anything. So Mr. Earhart says no, that you have not cited, and he's fine with it. He's fine. You can tell us the ordinance. So it appears to us that you're just harassing this man who's trying to feed the homeless.
What us do you represent here?
We're talking about the public residents here that pay your bills, your taxes, your salary.
You pay it?
I do.
Do you pay it?
I do. I pay your salary.
Absolutely.
I pay everybody's salary out here.
Good.
I pay
I'm
everybody's
glad to see
salary.
that you're paying taxes. That's,
Yeah,
that's
I pay my
a new
taxes.
thing for you.
Yeah.
I just came to cover the work, the community work he was doing, and I was shocked to see Riverdale police come in. That's why I'm asking. Do you normally do this to people that are trying to help people?
You have a card?
I'm.
You're going to try to interview me, at least identify yourself.
I don't have to tell you anything. You're a public
Goes both
official.
ways. I don't have to tell you this.
Actually, you do because you're a public official.
Absolutely incorrect. I asked you to tell me who you are. You said no, so I don't have to tell you anything either.
Then you don't know the law. Is this how your police normally act?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
We got a lawsuit against them.
This is crazy.
The residents got lawsuits against the police department.
I had no idea I would see this today. I was just coming to cover
But we
helping the
got
homeless.
murders that's unsolved.
Did you do it?
We got murders unsolved in this community. Murders
Are you providing me
unsolved.
with information about
Murders unsolved.
You have knowledge
People
of murder?
homes getting broken into, their garages.
Are you a witness?
This guy can I would say if I was a resident of Riverdale and I saw my police chief behaving this way, I would make some kind of report on this. This is dangerous behavior, instigating. I mean, all right, Dots. Sometimes a broken clock is right. I'll go with that, right? But the way he's agitating these people that are just trying to do, and again, he said he has information, he has the paperwork, he has his the permit to be where he is. The way he's instigating it. It can only go in a really dangerous direction if you're talking to the wrong person, you could say, instead of the right person. This is extremely unprofessional, dangerous behavior, and the way he is conducting himself. I would have a problem. I would have at least a concern to bring up to whatever authorities that you report, like, hey, this is extremely unprofessional and borderline dangerous to antagonize and instigate the situation here.
Are you the victim?
And this is what we have. We have all the police in Riverdale up here at the park.
Right. I just want to know
Nobody's
the
on
charge.
the street patrolling our streets.
Well, if you think you can
It looks like they mostly cleaned up by now. I was just curious as to the charge. Okay, well.
Politically motivated.
Well, I mean, it seems like it because I don't hear a charge.
Politically motivated.
I don't hear a charge.
We're all gonna just stay here until these young folks leave. I know his address, I know his location, his citation. If they don't get it before you leave, they'll be taken.
We need the Cook County State's attorneys out here.
What's good, that chick?
Yeah, I'm just shocked in that, like I said, I came to cover the helping the homeless, and I did not expect Riverdale police to come out. This is crazy. Wow.
Yes, ma'am. You don't have to wait on it, Mr. Earn. I know we.
I agree. They had no business at the Park District.
Y'all need to wait on it. No, Mr. Earn. I just said that. You're going to get it. You want to wait, Mr. Earn? You can stay here and wait. He's proud. Appreciate it.
This is what we have, harassment at the Park District. We have all our police officers here at Riverdale Park District.
From what I've seen so far, you had former police chief Lacey in Dolton acting ridiculous. Then you had a former police chief in Robbins that assaulted a YouTuber by the name, I think, Tyrant Terminator. I have a new opinion on YouTube auditors, but that's a different video for a different day. But it looks like Tyrant Terminator did get assaulted. So you have that. Then you have this guy. And I'm assuming the police chief in Harvey is probably not great either. I'm not sure. I'm sure you guys can let me know. Not good. Like this is a culture, a very dangerous police culture here.
Along with the chief of police.
Well, it just seems like a lot of police for someone feeding the homeless.
right?
That's all I didn't understand. That's all I was. That's why I was
He's up
asking.
here. Mike is up here serving, giving away food to the homeless people in Riverdale, and they come in the park district. He has his permit from the park district because we all know the park district is a separate governmental entity from the village of Riverdale. It has its own park district commissioners. The village do not govern the park district.
For the record, Mr. Earhart, would you like to tell us? You said you have a permit, right?
Yes, I do.
From the park district.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Have the Riverdale police harassed you like this before?
Once about 3 years ago, over at the 138th at the laundromat, I was out feeding the people, and they surrounded me before.
Okay.
So I don't, you know, I'm just here to feed people. I'm not harassing nobody. I don't know what this is.
Right. I was going to say, I was surprised just because I came to cover your work, and then all of a sudden to see all these armed Riverdale police, it doesn't seem to me that you or your work, I mean, would pose any danger. I don't understand why all the armed officers would be sent, you know?
Well, I don't understand either.
Doesn't make sense.
The way he came through the field is like he was chasing an armed person with a gun. I only wanted to come because the residents, the homeless in the community over here, the people in the community came out and they just wanted to get some food. I was requested to bring food. I didn't just go around and say I'm gonna do it. They've been asking me for 2-3 days, so I finally got blessed with a person that gave me food yesterday, and I brought it here. Then I got a call from him this morning saying that I can't do it. That you got to come up and fill out some paperwork to do it. And I said, why do I got to do that when I've been doing it for so long over here? No one ever asked me for it. And then the police rolled past, and that's how it happened. And so now, all of a sudden, today, I'm in a park right now that I have a permit to do this, but they telling me I can't do this. Why can't I when you don't have the jurisdiction of the park? You can't run the park and the street at the same time.
And this is something that you do routinely
every day, 7 days
in
a week.
Chicago and
7
other
days a week.
municipalities.
Every day, every different towns, different places. You know,
How did he lose the election? It had to have been the Michael thing. Dots. I'm sorry. I don't see how he lost. It must have been association, and it has to be. I don't see how he lost. I mean, you're looking at someone that's faithfully trying to do something. Or, you know, people are just satisfied with the status quo. I don't know. I'm surprised that he lost. Teflon Don, cops caught that Tiffany Haynes syndrome. Well, yeah, definitely. Appreciate the $2 Teflon Don. Let's continue.
I just don't understand why I'm being attacked. But it is what it is. I'll take the citation and I'll move on.
Now, do you think, since you just ran for mayor, do you feel that this is politically motivated?
It definitely could be. It could be, because I don't see no reason why I'm being attacked. I'm not here to start anything. Just get the people the food and then keep moving. You know, that's it. But I'll take this citation. If I have to do this for the people, I'll take that citation, because I didn't just start feeding people. I've been doing it for years. 8 years old. I'm 55. I've been doing this that long, and people in this world know of me. I didn't come to bash nobody. I didn't come to bring nothing. I don't know where that's coming from.
So it sounds like even though this appears to be perhaps politically motivated harassment, you're going to continue your work. You're in Harvey, in Riverdale, and in other areas?
Everywhere. I'm not trying to go at nobody. I'm not trying to come at nobody or come against nobody. I'll take this citation. We'll just go to court and deal with this. But I don't want to start nothing. I didn't come to start nothing. I want to just give them their food, clean up, and leave. That's all I came for. It wasn't nothing else. I didn't come to start anything. That's not me. I don't attack people. I don't come around and I just don't.
And about how many people would you say were able to come today and get food?
We had a couple hundred. We get more than that, though. We get way more than that. So I think what ended up happening was over the area over there, we put the wrong address. So majority of the people went on that side, and then it came over.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, just because you can obviously do awesome stuff like this doesn't mean you automatically win. It's more about how you run your campaign, who you're talking to, also your associations. There's a lot going in there, but it just seems like, wow, the guy that's been indicted by the feds, how did he win? It is unfortunate. I will say that.
It's sad, so I don't know. I don't know.
And if you did have more, in support instead of the harassment from police or the community, do you think that you would be able to hold, more events, to do more things in Riverdale?
We will continue to try to do more. But I think we should come together as one, though, not against each other.
But you said you do get requests, so it seems like there's a demand in Riverdale for this, right?
And I could prove and show it in my box. I have requests for people that need these items. They reached out to me and wanted food. When you gonna do Riverdale again? When you gonna do? And that's what I did. I didn't just decide, I'm gonna do it because I ran for election. I've been doing this before the election. In that building, we cooked breakfast, hot food, and gave out plates of sausage, eggs, and bacon, and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
I mean, come on.
That's one of the park buildings? Oh, okay.
I mean, you can see people come over and look. These people from Riverdale, they come for food. They come for food. Look at the lady. She come for food.
Right.
Come on, man. They come for food. They come for food.
And like I said, I'm just still in shock because I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Actually, 16, that's a really good comparison. That just seems like, Henyard cared about the property more than actually the good that Dr. Scott was doing, right? It's very, very similar. I mean, Tiffany is more sinister. Like, she wanted that property and was willing to make Dr. Scott look bad and say she wasn't taking care of the property, even though she wasn't getting the permits to fix the property. And obviously the people that were fixing it was getting violations, getting tickets for it. So yeah, you're right. That's a pretty good comparison.
Police cars for a food handout. I mean, now because you just ran for mayor. What's the crime rate here? I mean, I'm imagining there are probably better ways to use the police resources than to come
here to do this.
That was my other question. Is I'm wondering why they're here.
Tony, just ask her. Do she need some gang goods? Just ask her. Do she need something?
Definitely.
Yeah. Ask her. Do she need something, Tony?
Oh, well, I'll ask them one more time on the record to see if they want to to give the try. So just one more time for the record.
We're not having a discussion.
Okay, so you don't
We're
have
not having a discussion.
you don't want to share what the violation was.
Have a good day, sir. You've interviewed. That's intimidation. He walked him in with his camera. How's that intimidation?
That is an
Mr. Smith, why don't you just connect the dots?
intimidation.
See, that's the problem with Michael Smith. You see, the fact that he's there and they don't take anything seriously because he's there with the dot stuff, and then he said the dots because everyone knows about the dots. That it's taken away from the positive that Michael Earhart is doing. Now, again, still 100% unprofessional. Only us dumbasses that's online and people who are not, they can make these kind of jokes. That's a police officer. That's the chief of police. Totally unprofessional. Totally unprofessional. That is something that only we should be talking about or making fun of. It shouldn't be him right now, making a lot of trouble for no reason, having all of the cops in Riverdale to come for this nonsense. But that's the problem. Yes, it's unprofessional. And then he tell them about connect the dots. It's like, damn it. It's unfortunate. I'll just say that.
Intimidation.
Keep connecting the dots.
Intimidation.
DLTTS, Mr. Smith. Keep
And
connecting.
here's one more lady that came
Intimidation.
for some food. So they're gonna help for comfort. I was just wondering if if you had any public statement. Like I said, I was just so shocked coming to cover this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 police cars and armed officers.
What's wonderful is you learn how to count the grammar school.
So no public statement, no anything.
I gave you my statement. Identify yourself. Who are you, sir?
As far as I know, I mean, Riverdale has some crime issues. Wouldn't your resources better be spent elsewhere than harassing people who are feeding people?
Riverdale, so do not try to debate or discuss what the resources here are needed for, sir. Take your limited knowledge and your limited information to your own conclusion. The best you can do.
So no response, okay.
You just got the response. You're not paying.
This is the chief of police that we have.
Oh, and he's the chief?
He's the chief of police.
Yes, sir.
With several DUIs.
Chief Willie Darkly.
Several DUIs.
Okay.
Several DUIs. I don't even know how he's acting as a police chief, driving the vehicle. DUI. He's a DUI king.
Well, I just, like I said, I just had questions because you are a public official and you're accountable to all
You
the
have no
taxpayers.
questions for me, sir. You have none. Why did you ask Mr. Smith about his behavior?
Because you're the chief of police.
I don't care what you think I am. I have nothing to say to you. I said Mr. Smith is the one that paid me. Ask
Well,
him about his behavior.
your salary is paid by all taxpayers, including me.
Yeah.
So you are accountable to the
They paid me
public.
my first police job, they paid me when I was in the Marine Corps, and they pay me now. And they pay me very well. Thank you very much.
Right. So that's why I'm just wondering why you wouldn't answer to the
You're
public.
still asking questions that you're never going to get an answer to because you don't deserve one.
Ah, so I as a taxpayer don't deserve any answers.
I believe he probably
Even
is
though
right
I
now.
What do you
partly
pay
pay
taxes?
your.
You see, I also pay taxes. And I'm not asking you to do anything for me because I pay taxes.
You work for the public. I'm not a police chief in Riverdale.
And I have no idea who you are.
It doesn't matter
To
who I
have
am. I'm a member of the public.
You're not a member of my
The same guy who's also running for Park District Commissioner.
Oh,
He's running for Park District Commissioner
Okay.
and want us to elect him, and he don't know how to talk to the residents of Riverdale.
Aha. Okay.
And I don't know how to abuse them like you do either.
Well, I was just asking
Y'all done? Are
because
we wrapping this up?
in this case, I mean, you know.
Please don't walk up on me.
Would you stop?
Please don't walk up on me.
So when you leave out,
We need to get out, though.
you can get out if you get the car.
I'm going.
Mark, stop the car and go. We'll get you out of here.
I'm just saying.
You ain't saying nothing. You acting like these two.
It makes no sense, sir, to drive across the grass.
Okay, and then they are getting this lady. They were able to get her some food. It looks like. Well, that's good. At least that one more person got some food. I see.
What we do? Call the attorney. We gotta get all of their bags out.
Thank you, Paul Roberts. That is like this guy was so bad. I couldn't say Michael Dodds did anything wrong today, at least in this situation. That's how bad this situation is, that it made Michael Dodds like, I guess he was correct in this situation. Totally unprofessional, rude. I would like to see his record and see how many DUIs this man has. How is he a chief of police with DUIs? Like, it shows a level that he makes terrible decisions, reckless decisions. Like, what is going on here? I tell you, there's so much going on, obviously beyond just Tiffany Hayden, but like, yeah, we can't, at least for this one instance. Like I said, sometimes, a broken clock is right?
What I'm gonna do is go to the Illinois State and Training and Standards. Oh, yeah. I had over 30 people watching.
I can't believe this. This is crazy.
That's what he do. Yeah, that's what he do.
And I can't believe that this is how your resources are used.
Yeah.
And that that's how your chief talks to people.
Yeah.
I mean, that is so.
Oh, he do it at the meetings too.
Wow. Well, I guess I'll have to visit a Riverdale meeting.
That's why I tell them all the focus was on Tiffany, and they forgot all
crazy.
about Riverdale, man.
Right.
They forgot about this.
See you in 2 more years, Mr. Smith, when we try again.
No, I might be seeing you walk out with Jackson with cuffs on.
Like you crazy.
Yeah. You gonna be right with Jackson with the cuffs.
Like, where your car at?
Over there. Across the street.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's where I'm at, and I guess I could walk past them, but I don't know what they're gonna do, so I'm just kind of waiting.
Intimidating.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Definitely is personal. I mean, that is crazy. So I did see some more information from Martin G about the paperwork that Michael Earhart had at the time. So I just want to show you guys that real quick if I find it exactly where he has it. Yeah. So check out Martin G. Johnson's channel. Please, if anyone can put a link to Martin G's channel. So I just want to show you guys what he was talking about yesterday about, and the title of the video is Michael Earhart versus Riverdale Police Chief. Willie Dark, is it Darkseid? Sounds like a villain. Darkseid, yeah.
Guess what, people? I'm finna show you I got proof that Michael took care of business. I got proof. I'm finna show you that he took care of business, people. Let's see right here. I'm finna show y'all he took care of business. All right. Now, right here, what you seeing, this is his permit right here. You see it for yourself. For him to be in the park, to serve his food, give food giveaway. This is his permit from the park district. We've scratched out something so you won't see his address. Right here in the park at Riverdale. All right. Now take in mind, his flyer had the wrong address on it. He wasn't there, but the people lined up early to go, to that address. And there was a lot of people out there. Mike wasn't out there. So what Mike did, since he heard that people was out there waiting on him and he had got the address wrong, he went live and he sent somebody over there and tell the people that, hey, I'm going to be inside of the park. You have to line up in the park. That's what he did. That's what he did. But then, let me tell y'all this. So the fuss was that he wanted Mike to come to the village hall. That's what he wanted him to come, and Mike didn't do that. Mike took another route because initially they threatened to get him arrested, but that didn't happen. This is something you have not seen this on social media. I'm gonna bring it up right now. And look at this, people.
Did you tell him what the ordinance is?
Right.
Let me finish this. Did he tell you what the ordinance? That's all we do.
No, he didn't tell me nothing.
Listen.
He let him finish.
This is
He didn't
the person
tell
right
me.
to check.
He was getting into it. Let the man finish his work.
Stop
Listen.
screaming, Earhart.
See, you keep doing stuff. Why you trying to attack me?
Tell him the ordinance.
So the ordinance, outdoor special events work.
Listen.
And where did that just came from?
Would you like a copy of the ordinance?
Oh my God, man! You just
Even on Park District property.
on Park District
That's Park
property.
District property.
Hey,
That's
man.
Park District property.
So as far as what it entails, any event that you have to have a permit for.
And I got it.
You have a permit for it?
Yeah, I got it.
So all this could have been avoided.
I had it.
That's not a village park.
Right.
I
You don't
need
have
to
to
get it
have a
for the
village
park.
permit for the park.
Hey man, don't let them trick you. I got one right here, man. I got it.
Yes, both citations.
No. Hey man, you done it.
Have a good day, fellas. All right.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's your name again? What's your name?
You gotta tell them the name.
You gotta tell me your name.
See? Now he
Okay,
walked
Doc
away.
Reed.
See, look,
That's this is ridiculous. John Leonard with the $20 donation. Appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. Long-time supporter of the channel. Thank you for that. Yes. Hope everyone in the chat is doing well. Hope you're doing well as this is just the man once the police officer is interacting with you, you could ask for their name and their number, their badge number. They should be able to tell you that. They can't just walk away. This is personal. And this is not professional, and I think there should be some kind of something should be happening, some sort of citation, something that they should have file a complaint against this police chief and what he did that evening after whenever this happened. This is wild stuff.
he pushed me. He didn't write him no ticket or citation because he knew Michael Earhart was right. Did y'all see that? He was right, people. Call in. Let's talk about this. Call.
Just outrageous. Like, what are we doing? So it looks like just because, Tiffany Henyard leaves does not mean that everything is right in that area. She's not running everything. There's a lot of problems. And that's why, some people believe that, maybe I probably won't cover it. No, there's still a lot going on. So obviously we will still be there if there is some kind of corruption, some kind of scamming, some kind of predatory behavior. Of course we will be there to cover it because that was on some Lacey level stuff. In fact, I don't know if Lacey even he'll go back and forth, but I don't ever see him be that much of an instigator. It's been a while since Lacey's been around, but he had a problem with Michael Earhart and Dots. And he wanted something to happen. It looks like it. Bringing all the cops, try to be intimidating as possible, being disrespectful to Ryan. But shout out to Ryan Gates of Chicago for that. Please subscribe to his channel. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. So we definitely need to keep our eyes open on what's going on. Can you show the other the 10 minutes of the other video. I'll check it, see if I can find it. Oh, it's only 9:30. It feels later. Well, I'm in Eastern time zone. Let me see. What's the video that you want to show? Succeeding. What video? Let me know which video you want me to check out. Did Cassandra actually go live? Because I don't know. I don't really. I mean, honest, I don't know her YouTube channel or her Facebook. So if anyone has that, let me know. Yeah, which video you want me to watch? Let me know. I've been trying to find to see if Cassandra actually went live, but I can't find. I don't know her YouTube. Does she have a YouTube channel? I have no clue. But let me give me a second. Let me see if I can find any kind of if it's a new video or not. Let's see. Cassie Jordan. Let's see. Oh, interview with Michael. Okay, so let me see if I can find Let me see if I can find Cassandra's channel first before we do that. Since we got some time, let me see if did she go live or this is an old video. Let's see. I want to watch an old video. Yes, it's something new. I'm not interested. Yeah, I just want to see if she has something to respond, but I don't see anything new. Yeah, I don't see. The only thing I see right now on her channel, well, this is Facebook, right here. She posted this 12 minutes ago. Lord, it is a serious demonic stronghold in this region. Deliver the mind. I guess this is probably her trustee. Is I can't pronounce that dude's name. What's he?
Should not still be standing. There's going to be more. Everybody, I'm gonna go live real quick to address some things. So I'll hang out for a little bit, go live, and then keep it moving.
Wait, she did? Why I can't find it? You guys look at it right here. I don't see. This is her channel. I'm looking at videos. I looked at that. Like, where is? This is 2 weeks ago. Is she watching it? Is it watching old videos? Did she take down the live? I don't see it. So if it happened, I don't know where it is. If anyone has a link, you can send me a link. So like this one I've seen. People talked about this one, but I don't see anything new. So you let me know. We can check out the interview. I got time. I got nothing going on. You want the one with Michael? Is this the one right here?
Almost 13 years. But it started when I was a kid, coming out of Allgill Gardens, an 8-year-old kid. So I was an 8-year-old kid feeding kids in the projects of Allgill Gardens.
Oh, wow.
And so I already knew my passion. I knew that the Lord wanted me to be a kid, making sure that other people eat. Mm-hmm. Taste for the Homeless came from a situation in my younger years growing up. So, of course, everybody know growing up in the projects, we belonged to a gang or we sold drugs. That's how the pressure was back in the 80s. Mm-hmm. We had to belong to something. So, and when I grew up, we didn't call it a gang, we called it an organization.
Oh.
We wasn't allowed to call it a gang. We wasn't, and that's just how it was growing up. It was called an organization. Yeah. So I grew up in an organization, and the pressure was real. It was real. And so me growing up, selling drugs, so when I got involved with it, I was selling drugs to make money to feed people. I thought that was the best thing to do. Of course, I found out later, court cases, cause, because I want the world to know the real truth about who Michael Earhart is. We wasn't perfect. I was a good kid, but the pressure was unreal growing up in the projects. So, of course, selling drugs, trying to make a way out of no way for the people, caught cases, caught felonies from it throughout the year. So, me getting through that part made me who I am today, which created that Taste for the Homeless brand.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, show us your truck here.
Yes.
I want to see. So this one is for food.
Yes, this is actually the food truck.
All right. Look at this.
It's amazing. It feeds a lot of people.
Yeah.
It feeds a lot of people. It does a lot. It creates a lot.
That's a big
Yes.
truck. Look at that. Wow. All right.
Yes.
And then I noticed it has your which I saw online, your quote here,
Yes.
which I really like.
Oh, that's my quote. Who are we as human beings if we ignore the suffering of others? We can't ignore nobody and ride past somebody or we coming up the street and somebody, they just ask for a sandwich or something. That's what we do. We pull up, you can have it. We'll make sure you can.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And because you said you've been to Harvey even. You've been.
Yes,
to my
been to
city.
Harvey, downtown Harvey, on the side of downtown Harvey. I also been through the blocks. They have a lot of bandos up in there. They call them bandos. And it's a lot of people that lives in the bandos. A lot of people that lives there that need food. I get a lot of people all the time that asking, at nighttime they'll reach out to me and I slide over there and get them some food or, prepare something for them.
Oh, that's great.
It's just what it is. My heart is where it is. Like my brother Tony, his heart is where it is. We can't sit back
Say hi, brother Tony.
and
Hello.
we can't
Michael's brother.
Yes. We can't ignore the suffering. That's what that means. We can't ignore the suffering. So we can't go with us, I know our heart. We can't ignore somebody and go to sleep and knowing this person hungry. That's just not us.
Right.
That's just not us. And that's what that Taste for the Homeless brand stands for. Taste for the Homeless came off of Taste of Chicago. I had an incident when
I was going to ask you about that. It kind of reminded me.
That's
of
where it came from. It came from an incident me in them younger years, and me and my friends, we just was out selling drugs, and we came that night. I wanted to ask my friend, can we go to Taste of Chicago before they close? I wanted the drumstick, and they laughing. Yeah, so we made it just in time. But back then they used to do tickets, and it was a gate. A homeless guy, he climbed over the gate. And there was a Muslim guy, he was throwing the food in the dumpster. Back then, they didn't get the food out. They was throwing it away. So he asked for a slice of some pizza, and the man told him to get the F away from the garbage. And I'm asking him, can I pay for it? He told me, if you pull your money out and help pay for this guy's stuff, and I'm going to call the police. So that's when I grabbed the man's arm. I'm crying. I'm in tears, because I always had God on my side. I always had God on my side. And so I grabbed his hands. My friends and them, they want to be tough. Man, you better leave that alone. F that man. No. I grabbed his hand and I said, I looked him in the eye and I said, well, as you can see, this guy, something wrong with him. But please, let's take the money I got in my pocket. Or, you know what? We'll find you some food up the road. He was just like, man, I just want a slice. And so I grabbed his hand and I said, look, God just gave me a vision. I said, you see this Taste for Chicago? You see all these restaurants, you see everything that they got set up. He just gave me Taste for the Homeless. And so we're gonna recreate this years to come the same exact way, but you'll be able to get it for free. And that's what the birth of Taste for the Homeless come from. If you can see the city and the fork.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The fork is where you can eat anything you want with nobody bothering you. So we put a fork in the city.
Oh, nice.
That's what this is for, that fork. You can have a fork when you come in and you see us and you meet up on us. We're going to give you a fork.
Unmuted. Oh, damn. I mean, it's unfortunate because you would believe that if he was able to become mayor, that he can actually focus on the people. And you notice just by talking, it's all about helping others. He's not about me, what I'm going to, or at least ego. There's no ego there. This is the kind of stuff that's going on. Unfortunately, that video is down, so I would show it if you guys wanted to check it out, but it doesn't. I know you guys could check other channels. I'm probably not going to watch a streamer stream the streamer that does. You guys could watch it. I think her approach is not going to work. I just don't see it's working. It's just going to be more of the mess. I probably won't be covering much of it unless she's able to prove that there's actually something's happening. She says that there's some corruption. I mean, the fact that she made a video and then took it down doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But there's other channels going to talk about it. Is she another Tiffany? I mean, again, the approach doesn't seem very well, but it seems like she's following that same approach. But I don't see, is there any criminal activity happening? She been arrested? She been sued? Anything? I mean, it looks like she has a month to convince the people in Dolton, again, not the rest of us, because most of us do not live there, that she's a better option than Jason House. That's her goal. So far, it looks like, from what I'm looking at, from what you guys are saying about that video she put up, it don't seem like it's working so far. And she has less than a couple of weeks to figure it out. So that's all. I mean, that's much as I'll probably talk about it.
And you can eat much as you want. So I know the heart that we have for the people, not just the people, but the community. We have a heart for them. And that's what we want to do. We want to convert that over and say, hey, if we could feed thousands of people, and I mean, we feed thousands per day, not no handful. We feed thousands. We go, we travel, we set up. We have the flat top grills. We have everything you need as a restaurant when we set up. If we could do this around the city of Chicago and everywhere, why can't we do it in Riverdale? Why can't we take this, incorporate all what we have to offer to the communities around the world and put it right here in Riverdale where it belongs, where God told me to start it. He wanted me to start it here. He wanted me to create it here.
And you even have a, you want to show us your other bus? You said where people can take showers?
Yeah, but it's closed.
It's parked. But
it is.
We'll just kind of peek at it. But yeah, tell everybody about, so there's another bus we see.
We do have the shower bus back here. Tony, if you do me a favor, you go open up that back door. By the time we get back there,
we'll just
that window. I'm gonna let you in. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let you in so you can see. Thrive for the best, and just be able to, give the new generation something to have when we leave. Build something big, build something huge for the next generation.
And how do you, how do you feel currently as far as, do you feel like government in Riverdale is very transparent, accountable? Like, are people able to go online and see how the tax money is spent?
No, there's no accountability here. They're not showing none of that. Which I think that's where we have the problem at. We have the problem with you're not being transparent to the community. You're not showing what needs to be shown. You're not bringing out what need to be for our people, for taxpayers. People need to see where their money going. I just know that's how it is. But they're not showing that. And me, myself, I want to make sure that you get a chance to see where your money going.
Right.
Where your taxpayer.
I'm sure you probably hear concerns from residents. I don't know if everyone watching is aware, but the current mayor has been indicted for some sort of financial issues, I believe, related to the trash or something, right? Trash service, I forget, but that is definitely, that must be on people's minds, I would imagine, right?
Yes, it is. That's one of the main things that's on it.
So, real quick, Lawrence Jackson is indicted for perjury. What happened was he told, I guess, the feds or whoever's investigating that he didn't know something when he clearly did. So he gave contracts to a company he was familiar with, for people that he was familiar with, and that rival company sued and said that Jackson was playing favorites. And then when they, I guess the investigation, they're asking Jackson, do you know how close you are, whatever these questions, that the FBI are alleging that Jackson lied, so perjury. So that's the charge right now.
In everybody's mind.
Right.
Like I don't get involved in that.
Right.
I try not to speak about what's going on in the past. That's something that he's got to deal with personally himself. But the people of Riverdale wants to know everything. They want to know. You want to be transparent. You want to let people know what's happening every day in Riverdale. You know, what's going on, where's the money going, what we doing, how we doing it, what's the plans, how we gonna create. These are things that people need to know. And if I'm in office and you put me there, I have the right to ask you questions. I have the right to know where this money going. I have the right to know how you handling things.
Right.
That's my right as a taxpayer. And me personally wants to be that person that say, hey, my door's open. You know, come on, talk to me. I look forward to talking to you. And that's the kind of person I am. I want to talk to you. I don't want to make it where you can't see my face. I want to see your face every day. If you got an issue, come to me. Don't come to everybody else. Come to me and tell me that issue so we can correct that. You know, that's the person I am.
That's your goal.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is actually the bus itself.
Oh, cool.
I could cut my switch on, but this is
okay.
Yeah.
So we can get a little glimpse of it. Cool.
Yes.
So people can come in here and sit.
Where they sit, the microwave. I took all that. It's in the warehouse, but it's microwave, refrigerator. You can't really see too much back here because it's kind of piled up. But this is the shower, the sink where the sink.
Nice. Okay.
Everything. Yeah. So we were just doing an event and we piled all this up in there. But you got your shower.
Oh, I see that.
They showered. Then the washing machine, the dryer was on this side, and the tank and sink and
that's right. So they could do their laundry. You did
everything
that too.
Yes.
Wow, that is so cool.
Yes, and it's warm. It's extra warm on here.
Okay.
Yes, this is where people can relax with no one telling them to get out.
Yes.
So we get 20 to maybe 30 people on here at a time.
Okay.
And we let them relax.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, it just I want to check out Ryan's channel. You can check out the rest of the interview. It's a bunch of interviews talking about what's going on in Riverdale. Also, what's going on in Calumet City. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right. I know some people say I pronounced that wrong. I don't want to play too much of Ryan's content. But again, I really unfortunate dots connection. I believe if he didn't have Michael on that team, it's possible he could have won. Politics is about your associations and who you're with and where you surround yourself with, unfortunately. And it looks like Michael O'Hara seems like he's a guy that's trying to bring everyone together regardless, because he had a past, so he's willing to not look. Remember, he's not even talking about Lawrence Jackson's past, where he probably could have as a political way to say how corrupt he is. He wants to move forward. That seems like his way of thinking. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work in terms of politics. You must talk about what the person did in the past to say, well, you shouldn't continue with this person, and go into detail of what's going on. Even though some people believe it's mudslinging, but at this point, that's politics, right? But in terms of what's going to happen in Dolton, I think definitely that's it. It's now Jason House versus Cassandra Hobson. I mean, I think at this point, Hobson, if she continues this kind of aggressive behavior, it's just going to be fuel for videos to make fun of her. I don't see a real battle in terms of if she can't explain what she's saying. She's saying that there's some corruption. Dolton does have a lot of debt. From what I've seen, I saw some videos where Dolton is $113 million in debt. Did Henya spend all that? It seemed like there was some issues even with the past situation. Now she's going to have to, again, convince everyone that this group, that the Clean House team, is a part of this corruption, as she calls it, and has to be able to articulate that clearly. Now, if she can, or she has an argument, then we'll check it out. But if it's just her talking about how everyone is stupid or terrible and you guys are demonic and talking about a Facebook page, most of the residents in Dolton are not on that Facebook page. They're out. They're in Dolton. That's what she needs to focus her attention on, not to win a battle on social media or win a battle on YouTube. Figure out what's the issues that's going on in that town, in the village, and work with that. I mean, that would make sense to me, but who knows? On that note, guys, appreciate you for hanging out with me. It's actually almost been 3 hours. Time went pretty fast. I have to finish a few more videos for myself talking about my town, but thank you for hanging out with me.